Now launching. The dumbest radio show in America. Welcome to Common Man and T-Bone.
How many showers a day are you doing, by the way? Are you still on 2?
Depends on the day.
You're a 2-shower guy.
Today's going to be a 2-shower day.
You're working up into a lather right now.
That's right. It all depends on how lathered I get during the show. I'm going to have to wash.
You're lathering right now.
I got to wash Saki.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
Timmy Hall.
I will rub one on my face.
And a collection of profane noises.
Coach?
No, Dom.
I'm a genetic freak. And I'm not normal.
I want me some glory hole.
I'll keep it in the room.
Stop breathing.
It used to be a lot longer.
The numbers don't lie.
This is Stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Thursday. Welcome in. Bone is off today. Timmy's here. Hi, Timmy.
Oh, man. How are you doing, buddy?
If you're watching on YouTube, you will see Timmy wearing our Common Man and T-Bone Christmas T-shirt. The only place you can get that, they can't see you. I'm talking right now. The only place you can get that is tomorrow at Hollywood Casino Columbus. We're broadcasting live from 3 to 6. Be one of the first 50 people. That's all we have, 50. And I can't guarantee we're going to have your size. If a pinhead shows up, I got to be on top of that.
I'll tell you what, though. I can tell you, no matter what size your neck hole is, this T-shirt starts out with a small neck hole. And I appreciate that because it's elastic, so it's going to expand to fit your neck.
A droopy neck hole.
I don't like a droopy neck hole either. I would rather it be tight, and then it slowly forms to where it's going to rest on your shoulder. So I'm talking now. I don't know. Stop messing with that thing and just use the microphone. What happened?
They did.
Good God.
The strings.
Making so much noise.
We work with animals here. Here I am trying to. I got it now.
Yeah, you got it. So I'm talking now. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can actually see the Common Man and T-Bone Christmas T-shirt. It's got some sucking candies on it. It's got some hot dogs. Look at that. The chili dogs from the Fan Cafe. And, upside down pineapples for Evil Bald Colin. Because he's in that club. It's a very festive, nice green
Evil
T-shirt.
Bald Colin's a swinger?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I heard that about him.
Got a big cranium.
It's good for that sort of
thing. Oil that thing up, man.
Oh, I like to dip my bald head in oil and rub it all over my body.
Yeah. This ain't one of them.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I love how you do that with me now, like 4 minutes into the show.
4.
3, 2.
I said that to Ted before we even walked in the studio, and I was proven correct.
Yes, you were.
Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg coming up at 3:30. Degenerate Timmy at 4:46.
Gonna lose you a lot of cash.
Buckeyes getting ready for Tennessee. Ross Bjork stopped by Morning Juice today. I have some clips to play for you. Would you like to hear them? Please say yes.
I heard them, and I will hear them again.
You'll hear them again. This is Bjorky talking about his faith in Ryan Day.
Absolutely. You know, Coach Day and I have just hit it off so well. I've been really, really impressed. Every single time I talk to him, I learn something. He's innovative. He recruits at the highest level. He's got a great staff. There's always tweaks. There was tweaks after last year, right? You're always going to tweak things. You're always going to make adjustments. You're always going to make improvements.
What, did he swallow the damn microphone?
It's like the way that audio was saved was compressed in a different way.
Oh. Anyway, he's fully supportive of Ryan Day. What's he going to say? You got a game coming up here. You don't know what the hell's going to happen. If they go out and lay an egg, then that changes. I hope that changes. If it doesn't change, he's not doing his job. Him being Ross Bjork. Mm-hmm. His job is to evaluate this program, make sure we're competing at the highest level possible, and that we're achieving reasonable expectations. When you look at this roster, when you look at the amount of money that was spent on this roster and the coaching staff, I got a story later about how this is the highest paid assistant coaching staff in the country. You factor all of those things in. Did you achieve your ultimate goals? And if the answer is no, then the question becomes, why not? And how do you fix it moving forward?
He spoke a bit more about, results, the process versus the result. Now, sometimes we can be too quick to judge the results and not focus enough on the process. I think in this case,
that's dead wrong.
I think in this case, we're plenty along in the process here. Ryan Day's been doing this job for a heck of a long time, and I understand that Ross Bjork just arrived here. So he's still sort of feeling out this position and getting to know really well everybody around the Blocko as far as the coaches and the staffs are concerned. But we know football. Football is king. It doesn't take a long time to understand what has been going on in recent memory and how things are going now. And when you lose that game a fourth time in a row, I understand, coming out, right away and issuing that vote of confidence to back your coach as you're going into a playoff system where you still can rally and win a national championship. But it's like you said, this I think is the image part of it. This is being sort of the face of Ohio State athletics and trying to get everybody on the same page and march together and go in and win. But if you lose the very first game, you're right. The conversations have to be had.
Conversations have to be had anyway. Even if you beat Tennessee and then go to the Rose Bowl
and lose
to Oregon.
Right.
We overvalue the process, not just in college sports, but in professional sports. I mean, how many times do I have arguments with, I would have arguments with the Yarmo apologists. Look at Yarmo. He won this trade. His team's in last. Again. And the guy's been on the job for 11 years.
Right, yeah.
But look at the process. Oh, we can't trade this guy from the Guardians farm system and try and go win a World Series. Why not? You raise a banner for the process? I don't give two craps about the process.
Well, in some of those clubs you're talking about where it's the Guardians and where it's the Jackets, it is a lot trickier for those guys to achieve great level of success.
Absolutely.
They're still trying to figure out who they are. But with Buckeye football, we'll talk about it at some point today with North Carolina, with what Bill Belichick is getting himself into. You are close to the top at the beginning. There are fine-tuning type of things you have to do to win the national championship. They have been starting every year since they won in 2014 as what? One of the 2 or 3
ahead
teams
of the curve
that could and should win the national championship.
You're not building a program from scratch.
Right.
If you're trying to rehabilitate something that's taken a crap, then we respect the process. Then we look forward to that and seeing the steps. There is no step here unless you're at the top of the mountain. You've been trying to get to the summit for the last couple of years. You've got the tools to do it. You got the horses to do it, and you haven't gotten up there. It is reasonable to ask why and demand answers.
I'm not making excuses here. I'm just wondering your point of view on this now that we've been living in it for a year or two. Do you think that this has now opened up for a few more programs, whereas maybe in those last, the first 8 years that I mentioned of this 10-year window, Buckeyes are ranked, preseason 1, 2, or 3. They've got as good a shot as anybody. A lot of people pick them or they're the betting favorite to win the title. But with NIL and with the expansion of the playoff, do you think that's, brought like maybe 3, 4, 5? Because I feel like it is a little more open this year. Like Oregon's the betting favorite to win. Texas is up there. Yeah, no, the Buckeyes are up there. It feels like it's a bit more open now.
It is open now. Is that the way it's going to be every single year, where you don't look at the paper and have like that juggernaut nut looking back at you? I don't know. I can tell you this. Even after losing to Michigan, which should never happen, especially this Michigan team on your home field.
And that's just a bad loss in any year.
Embarrassing. Yeah. It should never happen.
It's a 6-win team that you lost to.
There's also no reason why this roster, as currently constructed, cannot go out there and win a championship. That is still the ultimate goal. You've achieved 0 of your 3 goals so far.
No, you're 0 for 2.
Beat
There's
Michigan,
one left to do.
Win the Big Ten, win the national championship. You've achieved 0.
I just still can't believe that we're here discussing these things that we are in this world. We are.
And if you don't want us to discuss these things, win the games you're supposed to win. I saw the associate AD come out. What's his name? I forget his name.
Oh, sorry. I don't have it off the tip of my tongue.
Slappy White. I forget his name. He comes out on social media and says, you're not going to believe the stuff that we have planned for you, the in-game entertainment that we have planned for you for this playoff game. We're going to have a drone laser show. We're going to have all this crap.
Yeah, Ross talked about this today. Pyro and drones.
Sure, we're going to have all of it. We're going to scarlet out the shoe. You're never going to see an experience like this. You know how you create the ultimate experience? I can speak for, I think, 90% of the people who are going to buy tickets and go to this thing. I want you create an experience with wins, playing good football. If you walk out of there losing to Tennessee, you going home and say, well, we lost that game, but I got to tell you, that laser show, woo! Can't wait for another one of those next year.
No,
we don't care about laser shows.
No, it's not going to feel as nice if you don't win that first one. It would be the wonderful opportunity is there for you. But what's also here is a chance to be even more disappointed. And I don't want to be thinking that way. I really don't. I want to get out of that mindset. I want to believe that this team
if you
can do
don't,
it.
You're foolish.
Well,
if you don't prepare yourself to fall on your face, it's going to hurt even more.
I'm prepared. I did my immediate bracket right when we did our selection show with Dom and Adam, and I was there with Dane Sanzenbacher, too, that we had on.
Is that the bleeding from the mouth?
That was
show?
Bleeding Lips Adam King. I did my bracket right there. I did not have the Buckeyes wing at all. It was a knee-jerk filling out of the bracket. I had Texas. Sorry to say. I don't want it to be the case.
What are we doing?
That was the pick.
Is this, 25 years ago?
I want to make them earn it. I want to make them earn it.
They have to prove it.
Right. I'm back there. That's what I'm saying. And I don't care if they win the national championship and start 11-0 next year. I don't know if I'm going to pick them to beat Michigan on the road next year. I don't know if that's with Michigan being a 1-win team and Ohio State being an 11-win team.
More Bjorky sound from Morning Juice today. And I'll try and calm down. I'm excited for the laser show. I'm sorry. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at a couple minutes slowdown due to an accident on northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between 33 and I-70. And also expect some slower traffic on westbound 70 downtown between the 71 East and West split. This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Visit The Waterworks online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
We're back on the Nada Yada Island Confessions Show. Benny is about to tell us how he found two loves. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks to Metro, I found iPhone 12 and Apple Watch SE.
At Metro, get the perfect match of both iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watch SE for only $99.99. You heard that right. Both for just $99.99. Holidays with Nada Yada Yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number and ID, sign up for Metro Flex Plus, and add a watch line. Not available if you're with T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days. Limit 2 per account.
You're listening to the Mount Carmel Football Injury Report, featuring the latest player injury updates from a fellowship-trained Mount Carmel sports medicine specialist physician, so you know who's in and who's out for this week's games.
Our doctor, as always, is Dr. Brian Galoni. Doc, let's talk injuries. Rams wide receiver DeMarcus Robinson, he has an AC joint sprain. They are listing him currently as questionable. Seems like a tough injury for anybody, let alone a wide receiver. What do you see as being his prognosis, trying to be able to get back and play through that thing?
Yeah, T-Bone, he injured his shoulder jumping up after getting a pass reception, come down on the side of his shoulder. That's super typical for an AC joint injury. Those things can be unstable, but the vast majority of them, it's just a sprain of an immobile joint. This is just one of those things where if you can suck it up and play, then you go ahead and play with it. It's going to be sore for a while, but it's probably not anything unstable, and it sounds like they're kind of looking to get him back to play pretty soon, so that's not surprising at all.
You said this is an immovable joint. Do you just always feel kind of in pain with this thing, or when it gets bumped or when you get hit, is that how it hurts?
If you don't move your shoulder at all, it's probably not going to bother you much, but you start moving that shoulder around, especially if you try and bring your arm across your chest. Even though it's immobile, you're putting stress on it. That's what's going to cause the pain.
Saints quarterback Derek Carr, he's had a lot of injuries, dealing with kind of a couple of them now. He's in concussion protocol and also has the fractured hand. That one's probably going to keep him out for the rest of the season, it's sounding like. Is that something they're going to have to do surgery on to get that healed up, or is it just going to take that long for those bones to reconnect?
From what I can tell on this, they're not planning on doing surgery. The problem is fractures take 4 to 6 weeks to heal. Even the good ones that are well aligned and not real severe. Even though this is his non-throwing hand, obviously he's going to need that hand at his position at quarterback. But it's just going to be one of those time things to get it healed up.
We always appreciate the info, Doc. We'll talk again next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was the Mount Carmel Football Injury Report with T-Bone. Mount Carmel, because of you.
At Meijer, We believe the holidays should be a special time. A time when families and friends can gather for the simple purpose of enjoying each other's company. From the gifts and decorations which make the moment, to the fresh ingredients that make the meal. Count on Meijer to bring the magic of the season to life with just one stop. We're always working harder to make the holidays a good deal better. Meijer, bring more good to the holidays.
The Jackets are back at Nationwide for a battle with the Capitals. Live fan coverage starts Thursday night at 6:30.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Your home for Blue Jackets hockey, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If a friend asks how you're doing, and you say,
I'm okay.
When the truth is,
I don't want my problems to burden anyone.
Or you say,
hang it in there.
Because
if I ask for help, they'll just think I'm weak.
Then this is your sign to call, text, or chat 988 for free, confidential support. Anytime. You don't have to hide how you feel.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
USPS Ground Advantage, the affordable and reliable shipping solution for the holidays. Learn more at USPS.com/advantage.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens of your latest forecast. We're looking at temperatures this afternoon that will be in the mid-20s under plenty of sunshine. Feels like temperatures will stay in the teens thanks to some breezy winds. Tonight, partly cloudy, temperatures down in low 20s, upper teens. Maybe a few areas see some light snow, but most will be dry. By Friday, we're looking at mid-30s, partly cloudy. We'll back in the 40s for Saturday, though rain comes back Saturday night. That's your latest 10 Weather Impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Not doctors, not lawyers, and definitely not sports hosts. You're listening to Man and Bone.
Please subscribe to the podcast of this stupid show. It's almost always there every single day. Just search Common Man and T-Bone wherever you get your audio. Click subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast is brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling.
Did you say almost in the event of Ted's stupidity?
It wasn't there
keeping
this
it
morning.
from getting there?
It didn't post last night.
God.
But I think we've remedied the problem.
Okay, good.
My bad.
It's all Ted's fault.
Thanks a lot, Ted. I know sometimes there could be technical glitches, and it might not be Ted's fault.
No, that was a Ted glitch.
It's nice to just blame Ted anyway.
I was trying to fix something, and apparently I didn't know what I was doing. And I fixed my problem, but then I created another problem.
You fixed the glitch. Are you still getting paid, though?
I don't know.
The good news is he now understands the glitch, and so hopefully we won't have this issue moving forward.
Good.
Until the next glitch that we don't understand.
Right, there will
be more glitches.
There will be something unforeseen.
But this one we understand.
Mm-hmm.
Around the Big Ten with our guy Adam Rittenberg coming up at 3:30. Ross Bjork was on Morning Juice this morning. Morning Juice has a podcast. If you missed Ross Bjork, you want to listen to it in its entirety, go download it.
Yep, that's in its full in two separate parts on YouTube as well. So you can watch their whole show or just those interview versions as well.
Here is Ross Bjork talking about more support for Ryan Day.
This whole mentality about, and look, we live it and we sign up for it, but if you get fixated on the end result and not have the process fully baked every time, you're gonna lose. The mindset's gonna lose because you're only fixated on one thing. And so what we have to do is this whole championship or bust sort of mentality. You want that as a goal, but it has to be about the process. And you know, Bobby, as a player, you won a national championship, so you know what that's like. And so to me, we've got to maybe change some conversations a little bit. I think we need to maybe just approach things a little bit differently. But Coach Day is awesome. He's great to work with. He totally gets it. He loves being a Buckeye. And so we're going to support him at the highest level.
I don't think I could disagree with that statement any more than I currently do. That is a loser statement. This guy's been here for 5 minutes, and you want to essentially lecture Buckeye fans about moving the goalpost to suit whatever need. Look, it's not championship or bust, okay? Focus on the first 2 goals. Then we'll talk about championship. Beat Michigan, win the conference. All right, that's not fixating. That's not tunnel vision on one little thing, winning the national championship. Now, you can go out and redeem yourself by doing that. But Ryan Day and this football program has failed to achieve their goals in the last 4 years.
I mean, I feel like after 2 straight losses to Michigan, even that, from the period that we were coming off of, because we were starting to get in a mindset as Buckeye fans that probably was a little unreasonable. Don't you agree? Beating them every single year for almost a 20-year period. That, I think we all kind of looked at each other and wondered, well, when's that loss going to finally happen? Because we're not going to beat them for 50 straight years. That's just not the way life works. That's not the way sports works. And so when they finally get that win, you've got to sort of, decompress a little bit and take your lumps, feel that pain, feel that depression. But also, like we get to this year's game, not every single game is created equally. Like you do have to look at what was the magnitude of the game? How good were the teams going into it? How badly do you really need to win it? When 2 losses becomes 3, then you start to get a lot antsy. And then when we got to this year, we knew how much was riding on it. And the simple fact that the Buckeyes already took a loss in one of their big games on the road to Oregon and knew of everything that they had in front of them with simply beating their rivals. So getting that one checked off and going back to the Big Ten championship. And it didn't happen. And that's what puts us in this situation. I know people want to be excited about the upcoming game, and that's not what this is about for me. I'm going to be excited about the Tennessee game. But again, it's like we talked about. If you don't win that one, or say you win that one and lose the very next one, I think you're right back where you were, right back where you started.
I don't know what the hell we're talking about. I really don't. If you were to go up to Ryan Day, and he'd probably still say this. He didn't talk this morning. Bjork talked. In fairness, when I hear Ryan Day talk, he doesn't make excuses for himself. He's not making excuses for this team and this loss.
He takes the Michigan loss.
Now, he may not know how to fix it, but he doesn't make excuses for himself. He knows. He understands what he was hired to do, and he's not doing it. If you were to go up to Ross Bjork before the Michigan game and say, I'm going to tell you, I can see the future. Buckeyes going to lose this game against this Michigan team this year at home. Ross Bjork would say, I don't believe you. If that happens, it's a complete and total disaster. Ryan Day would say the same thing. I don't believe you. I'm more prepared for this game than I've ever been. If that happens, it's a complete and total disaster. So now it's happened, and we're not supposed to remember that it's a complete and total disaster.
We've already established that that's what it would be, right?
Let's move the goalposts some more,
we can't go changing our minds once that thing doesn't happen. And look, we know this. The situations are different, but we went through this with Buckeye men's basketball. And I think what was evident there is in those last 2 years under Chris Holtmann, he had lost the fan base. Plain and simple, right? You can point to whatever you want to point to in terms of what you think their version of success should look like, because not every Buckeye men's basketball team, I get it, in the last 10 years, you would say that needs to be a Final Four team. I think that's more the problem, is that hardly any of those have you looked at and said that should be a Final Four team. But when you lose a fan base, how hard is it to get them back? How hard is that? It's borderline impossible. And if this college football playoff doesn't go really, really well for Ohio State football, I fear that is going to take a big step towards happening.
Timmy, what about the laser shows and the pyro and the Scarlet out the shoe?
You know what?
Isn't
love
that something for you?
Night game at the shoe. Let's make it look great.
Teddy, who was it? There was just a coach. I think it was Mike Gundy, right?
What did Gundy say?
Where Mike Gundy was talking about, hey, why can't you just go to the game and enjoy the game? Nobody had a good time? Enjoy the experience.
All right. I mean,
the game.
Where are we at in society?
That's where we are. That's where they want to convince us,
sick.
When appropriate for them. Coaches want to convince you when it's appropriate for them that they're just glorified guidance counselors. And sometimes these ADs and the schools want to convince you when it's appropriate for them that we're just here to cheer and have fun. And there's really, come on. You win, you lose, you lose. You had a good time, right? We've turned this into a business. It was always a business on the down low. Now it's just up front and center. And I'll tell you something else. Here's what I know about a lot of the people that funded the 12 to 14, depending on what number you think went into this NIL program this offseason for this Buckeye team. They are not ready to write those checks again.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk about how you support Ryan Day and we support him as a university. The reality is, and it's always been this way.
It matters if the money supports
whether it's
them.
Donations to the university or whether it's going into NIL funds.
Well, and they talked a lot. He talked a lot in this same interview today about not just the $20 million bucket, but the potential that there's going to still be the third-party NIL, which is going to allow you to still win over other programs out there and flex.
Yes.
And if those
Have you
dollars aren't going to be there.
The support of those donors, all right? Because you can't sit there with a straight face and go to, hey, Mr. Moneybags, you donated $2 million to this fund last offseason.
Yeah.
Can we
up it by 50% this year?
Can we put you down for more? Well, why would I do that?
How about less?
Well, have you not seen the process? No, I paid for the results. I didn't pay for the process. You told me last offseason that you needed me and you needed guys like me to get you over the hump. And instead, what you did is go out and not win the conference, lose to your big rival, and then to be determined, right? In the postseason, we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just think that money's going to be there every single offseason, you're crazy. You're crazy. You overestimate the rich people mentality, where they just write these blank checks every single year. Oh, you didn't win? That's all right. Here's more money. Try again. No. This isn't T. Boone Pickens. There's not an oil field in the backyard.
There's a reason people are rich, right?
They're not stupid.
Yeah, it's because they're very careful with what they choose to spend it on. It doesn't mean that they can take some chances and take some risks and lose.
You think I care about results? You think fans care about results? The people who wrote these checks care about results.
The millionaires care.
I'll tell you. All right, around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg up next. We're back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Stop and go traffic is causing a 10-minute delay on eastbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 315 and 71. And you're going to hit a couple minutes slowdown on westbound 670 between 71 and Neal Avenue. This report is sponsored by Donato's Pizza. Every piece is important. Introducing Donato's new Italian meatball and sausage pizza with family recipe meatballs and sausage, plus Asiago, smoked provolone, Romano, and marinara. Now get $3 off any large pizza using promo code 3. Order today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Men, we hear it all the time. A man comes in to get his erectile dysfunction treated, and very soon thereafter, he tells us that his relationship is renewed. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and you should know that ED doesn't just affect you, it also often affects your partner. They can feel undesired, unwanted, they may even feel like you don't love them anymore. At Tri-State Men's Health, we've successfully treated thousands of men for ED with protocols that have success rates as high as 90%. Which means if you're like most men, we can get you back to the guy you used to be. You could even last up to an hour or more and find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and give your partner the gift of renewed love. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654. Or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay minus 108 than minus 110. Wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sportsbook. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JUSTSPORTS. Get a welcome bonus up to $100. And spend the holidays with the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man and T-Bone present Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg.
Adam Rittenberg covers all things college football for the worldwide leader, ESPN. He joins us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Hello, Adam.
Hello, how we doing?
Oh, fantastic. It is the playoff edition. Let's go through the matchups that include Big Ten teams. I'm very intrigued to see number 7 Notre Dame hosting number 10 Indiana. Obviously it's an in-state type of game. I assume some Bloomington fans will make their way up there, and they'll have a nice traveling crowd. But how do you think this game shapes out?
Yeah, I'm really excited to cover it. I mean, it's the first playoff game, maybe the biggest game ever at Notre Dame Stadium. And I think it'll be interesting to see how Indiana handles the stage. I mean, this is nowhere that we all thought, no one thought they'd be here. And even though Curt Cignetti has made it very clear he's not intimidated and he's got a lot of veteran players who've won a lot of games, this is new territory for this Hoosiers team. Now, matchup-wise, I actually like a lot of things for IU in this game, especially the fact that they defend the run better than any team in the country by more than 10 yards, and that's what Notre Dame does well. They run the ball with multiple backs as well as quarterback Riley Leonard. So if Indiana can make Riley Leonard beat them with his arm when maybe he's not as strong, create some takeaways, some short fields, avoid some of those special teams plays that obviously doomed them against Ohio State, and then play much better along the offensive line, I think they're going to be in this game. So I think it could be low scoring, but I do like the fact that Indiana's strength counteracts one of Notre Dame's strengths, which is the run game.
Let's go to another one of those Big Ten games there on, it's funny to even say it this way, on the same side of the bracket, the bottom of the bracket right there that feeds into this one. 6-seeded Penn State hosting the 11 SMU. SMU getting into this thing was a big story in itself, but their quarterback with what they have with Kevin Jennings and their running game with Brashard Smith, I feel like this is going to be a heck of an intriguing matchup. And James Franklin, as a coach, right, has a lot to prove in winning a big game at home here.
No doubt. And this is a very good SMU team, one that Penn State won't take lightly by any means, even though the home field advantage, I think, could show up more for them against a team from the South. But in talking to Rhett Lashley, SMU's coach throughout the year, he has a very experienced team, one that won the American Conference last year, returned mostly intact, and obviously has played at an even higher level to be in the ACC championship in year one. So Penn State's going to have to play well, but I'll be honest, guys, I was really impressed with their offensive game plan in the Big Ten championship against Oregon. I did not think they could go score for score with the Ducks, and they more or less did that after a tough start. So if we can see a repeat of that from Drew Aller and the rest of that offense, especially the way they ran the ball against Oregon, I do think that they're going to be able to advance. But again, an SMU team that they absolutely should take seriously because they are good and they are veteran.
Around the Big Ten with ESPN's Adam Rittenberg, I am not taking for granted that the Buckeyes are going to beat Tennessee. I don't know that, but some Buckeye fans were moaning about Ohio State getting the 8th seed, and then if they win this game, they have to go play the number 1 seed. You tell me what you think. I actually think that's an advantage, to be able to go to the Rose Bowl and play Oregon, a team that you've seen already. Any coach will tell you it's hard to beat the same team twice in one season. I think the Buckeyes lucked out with this draw. What do you think?
Well, yeah, it is hard to beat a team twice, and I think Ohio State will go into that game ideally with some confidence because, shoot, that even though Oregon moved the ball as well as it did and took advantage of some matchups in the secondary, Ohio State is a play away from winning that game on the road. And Ohio State offensively, that was one of their better big game performances this season. So if they can get back on track against Tennessee, kind of overcome what ailed them offensively against Michigan, I think that they will have a pretty good opportunity against the Ducks out in Pasadena. But to me, guys, it's all about Ohio State's mindset How do they handle the pressure? How does Ryan Day handle the pressure? Do we get the same response that we saw from them in 2022, when I would argue that was one of Ryan Day's best games, even in a loss, or one of his best games as Buckeyes coach? I love the energy that they brought in that Georgia game. You need to do that again now in the wake of a Michigan loss in order to make a run in this playoff.
Adam Rittenberg is here. So when you look at the fact that Oregon is sitting there waiting for either Ohio State or Tennessee, one of the big topics was the format with, a Mountain West team and a Big 12 team getting the 3 and the 4 seed. Now that it's a chance where Oregon could face in their first game Ohio State, who's tied for the second best odds to win the national championship. Where are you at with the format, and does that automatically need to change again right away?
Well, the whole thing could change in a couple of years. This is what I tell people, in terms of the number of teams that are in the playoff, the number of bids that are assigned for certain leagues. So I don't know if there'll be a huge appetite to overhaul this thing in year one, but it is a concern that the fact that Oregon is the one team in the country that took care of business, won all of its games, won its conference, got the number 1 seed, and is headed towards what looks like the toughest quarterfinal matchup against either the Buckeyes or the Vols. So I think that's one thing to look at. Overall, do you want to guarantee a quarterfinal spots for conference champions, or do you want to just do a 1 through 12 seeding and then maybe give concessions to the conference champions in the that aren't in the top 4? Maybe they automatically host campus site games or something. There's different ideas that can be talked through, and I think this thing will keep evolving like all playoff systems will. But I think the whole thing could look different in a couple of years anyway.
Anytime, something doesn't go the way that somebody thinks it should go, I've heard take the humans out of it. We need machines. Well, we know that obviously before in the BCS era, you had machines and people said, we want humans. Machines can't tell what's going on. Do you like the idea of the committee, or should we go back to some sort of technology to decide this?
No, I think it's important to have a committee. I think it's important to have your principles as to why you expanded the playoff in the first place. So, my thing with SMU is they were in the playoff going into the ACC championship game. And so if you're going to value that game and you want that game to mean something, I just don't think you can punish them for reaching that game, even if they fell short. So I would have felt like if they'd fallen out of the playoff in favor of a 9-3 team, why are we expanding the playoff to begin with? The whole point is to be more inclusive. The whole point is to have more leagues represented. And I'm fine with a system, guys, where it's harder to get in if you're in the Big Ten, or it's harder to get in if you're in the SEC. I mean, I heard Lane Kiffin's comments and Shane Beamer's, the other guys. If you don't like it, go coach in the ACC or the Big 12. Feel free. In the SEC, it's going to be harder. In the Big 10, most years, it's going to be harder. So I'm okay with that system, and I think to ensure that, you need human beings making the decision.
But, Adam, what if there's more NFL draft talent on Alabama's roster? Shouldn't that make a difference?
Yeah, it's why even play the game?
I know.
Oh, we would be favored. We would be. Who cares? You were favored against freaking Kentucky at home, and
know.
You lost.
I don't understand this
Oklahoma on the road, and you lost. That's such a garbage argument. It drives me nuts. Sorry.
This mentality that we should care what these guys are going to do at the next level. This is college football. I said this I said this about Tim Tebow. You can make fun of Tim Tebow, and he shouldn't have been drafted where he was drafted, and he, wasn't a quarterback in the NFL. Fine. That doesn't take away from the fact that he's one of the greatest college football players of this generation. We sometimes we overreact to what we think people are going to do in the NFL. That has nothing to do with this.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean it's recruiting and this and that, and I mean you can certainly argue for your league, and I get that. That's why Greg Sankey is as loud as he is every weekend of the selections. But all of those teams had opportunities on the field, and they fell a little bit short. And in some cases, like Alabama losing to Oklahoma, or Ole Miss losing to Florida, that's a disqualifying loss. I'm sorry. SMU's loss in the ACC championship game after they'd gone undefeated in conference, to me is not the same. So I'm perfectly fine with these selections. I think it's going to be really tough for teams on the road to win these campus site games, but that's okay. Like that was a trade-off that in the old system they wouldn't have even been part of the playoffs. So I think everyone should be really excited that they're in it.
Adam, we appreciate it, my friend. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg. He covers all things for ESPN on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. I agree with Adam. I don't want to go back to computers. I do think that some areas of this need to be tweaked. Not a big fan of, Arizona State getting a bye, and I understand they want to value winning the conference championships, but you can't compare this to the NFL. Somebody said, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they won their division. They hosted a game. They hosted a game that had a better record with a team that had a better record than them. It doesn't matter. There's no centralized scheduling in college football.
Plus, I would totally be okay exploring that in the NFL. If you want to just let the better
teams.
We
do. We talk about that. We talk about reseeding once the playoffs start.
It looks stupid when you have a 7-win team that sucks. It happens. It happens every now and then when you have a crap division, and I think that's stupid if you have a better team in your playoffs that doesn't get in. This is real easy. I don't want to do a major tweak. We had so many years to think about the best format. All you would do is, like you said, the humans figure it out. So Alabama was ranked 11th. Arizona State was 12. Clemson was 16. Arizona State moves up to 11. Clemson moves up to 12. Alabama, you're the first ones out. Too bad, so sad.
Florida State is trying to erase everyone's memory. Details next. Colin Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got a 5-minute delay if you need to travel on eastbound 70 on the east side between Hamilton Road and Bryce Road. And there's also a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
Year-end pricing. New Kias under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
$5? You see, Max, the holidays drive everyone crazy. Especially Great Lakes Kia.
Hi, mister. Did you hear? Year-end pricing.
Thanks, kid, but my credit's in the doghouse. No offense, Max.
If you've got a job, you ride.
A job, eh? Go on.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All three under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
New 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with third row seating. All three under $5 a day. Save thousands.
Thousands?
And we have 0% financing.
I'm tingly. I can't take it.
You're happy.
New Kias under $5 a day.
During the season of New Tradition sales event.
Great cars.
Great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 20th, Schottenstein Center. With special guests, 3 Doors Down. And Mammoth WVH. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Creed returns, the Summer of '99 tour.
Bring the thrill of the stadium to your wallet with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the only checking account that rewards you for being a Crew fan. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
At Meijer, we believe the holidays should be a special time. A time when families and friends can gather for the simple purpose of enjoying each other's company. From the gifts and decorations which make the moment, to the fresh ingredients that make the meal. Count on Meijer to bring the magic of the season to life with just one stop. We're always working harder to make the holidays a good deal better. Meijer, bring more good to the holidays.
Hi, Timmy Hall here with Ohio State student-athlete, defensive tackle Hero Canoe.
What's up, everyone? Let's talk about something special this holiday season. Nationwide Children's Hospitals Light Up the Lawn campaign.
Join me in Hero and become a hero yourself when you donate to support Nationwide Children's Hospital. The moment you donate, the butterflies on the lawn light up for patients and families to see.
And not only that, with every gift, you are supporting life-saving care and research. Join us in making a difference.
So please, give now at nationwidechildrens.org/give.
Busy schedule? This is Ryan Krieger, and Krieger Ford has you covered. Krieger Ford offers pickup and delivery, or our mobile service van will come right to you. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
Jake Diebler's Buckeyes head to Atlanta for a battle with Auburn and Bruce Pearl's bare chest.
Live fan coverage starts Saturday at noon with the Tip at 1.
Your flagship home of the Buckeyes, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. There's a lot of HVAC companies out there. I trust Care with my business, and I know you'll be satisfied customers. I am the most miserable person on earth. So if I'm satisfied, you know they must be doing something right. But don't take my word for it. Care has been named the 2024 winner of the Better Business Bureau Torch Award for Ethics. That's a polite way of saying they provide you with excellent product and service, and most importantly, they never screw you over. Here's another example. Lennox. They sell tons of product all over the country. They've awarded Care their Lennox 2024 Partner of the Year Award. Just bragging at this point. I suggested a new tagline for Care Heating and Cooling. Here it is. Obnoxiously efficient. They didn't like it, but I stand by it. Don't wait for your furnace to crap out this winter. Get on their Care plan and get your unit checked before the pipes freeze. And it costs you thousands of dollars, and your wife swears at you. That certainly never happened to me. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Back when I was banging, this show slapped. Whatever the hell that means. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
Happy Thursday. Bone is out today. Timmy's here. Teddy's here. I'm here. This dumb show brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company. So Florida State, I love how these people think. They treat us like we're stupid. You know, it's not just the sports people. It's all people in positions of power. When they say something that they regret saying, they pretend like they didn't say it, and we're supposed to just eat it up. Like, oh, I guess I was wrong then. So Florida State, their AD, Mike Alford, was asked by USA Today after this Sports Business Journal forum that they had yesterday about wanting to leave the ACC. Here's the quote from Mike Alford. We're in the league the last time I looked. We never said we wanted to leave the league.
Come on.
You submitted a formal ACC exit notice. The two sides are suing each other. You wanted to get out. You wanted to leave. You were bound by an existing television contract. You had one of your board members. What's this dude's name? Drew Weatherford.
Mr. Weatherford.
He's still on the board. All right. Former Seminoles quarterback, board member Drew Weatherford said during the 2023 meeting when they voted to submit their ACC exit notice, it's not a matter of if we leave, but when and how.
But when and how?
We never said we wanted to leave.
This was a major, it was a major award. We talked about this story for a year or two, and a lot of us started to get on the side, at least understanding what Florida State's and Clemson's situation has been in Clemson, where those are big brand, powerful athletic departments that are the big reason, where the chunk of the money and the TV revenue, the reason that they've gotten as big a TV contracts as they have is because of them, but yet they're still starting to sag behind their SEC counterparts and their Big Ten counterparts.
And they will continue to do so.
And they will continue to do so. And now he's just sort of, do you really think that this one lousy season would be the end-all be-all? But it sounds like that's the card that he's playing, trying to turn around and do an about-face. Oh, no, we're good. got beat out by SMU and Clemson this year and pretty much everybody else in the damn league.
We're proud ACC members. We never said we wanted to leave.
Charter members, baby. Let's go.
Guess I was wrong. Okay. So Florida State says everything is A-OK with the ACC. They have no intention of leaving. Everything is not A-OK, I guess, with the Jackets. Jackets and Caps tonight. Jet Greaves will get the start between the pipes.
How about that? Jet Greaves is up.
I'm reading the Porty piece in The Athletic.
Oh, yeah.
And it sounds like Evison has had enough of Elvis.
It sure does.
It was just a matter of time. Look, Elvis has had some games this year where he's played really, really well. But
I was at one of them.
Elvis,
played brilliant.
You're going tonight. Maybe it'll be brilliant again for Jet Greaves.
It won't be him. Yeah, hopefully Jet is brilliant tonight because they need this win tonight.
He feeds off your energy. But, we also know from behind the scenes and publicly, too. I mean, he said it. Elvis is a pain in the ass. He has not been consistently good. He is a pain in the ass to deal with. And so going into this game tonight, he is the number 3 goaltender. Again, we saw this last year, and now we've seen it again. He was on the ice. He was skating. Mm-hmm. He was doing work. He's not hurt.
No,
okay?
They're going with the fatigued quote. Might need a little bit of rest.
Well,
here
here's what Evison
17
said
of 21 games here
about Jet Greaves. Says when you call a guy up, there's something that has happened. It's earned by him, but there's an opportunity that's been created somehow. Read whatever you want into it.
Oh, loud and clear.
I'm not going to get into all of that.
You just did. You just did get into all of that.
At no point.
Without saying you're going to get into all of that.
Did he say, hey, man, this is just a necessary part of a goaltender's season. Elvis needs a blow. He's still our number 1 guy. Once he gets rejuvenated, he's my guy. I'm going back to him between the pipes. You heard none of that.
Mm-mm.
You just heard, well, an opportunity has been created, and read what you want.
That doesn't mean that contractually, whatever that trade market might look like, that there isn't going to be another point here in the next 2 weeks where he gets back in and they give him another go around and start to light the tires again. But think about it this way. Jet Greaves' numbers so far this year have looked really good at his level, right? It's a different story doing it in the National Hockey League.
That's right.
But he's 8-4-2 with a .902 save percentage. That's really good. And he got called. It was in the article. He got called after that loss, after the 5-3 loss to Philly on Tuesday night. So that was a late night phone call, and he was up first thing Wednesday so he could get that practice under his belt. So this was something that it was the Tuesday night performance where that was the straw that broke the camel's back, where he's like, that's it. I want to go with a different direction for this next home game that we have coming up.
The entire team was listless in that game against the Flyers, but Elvis was not good. I mean, he let in goals that
19 saves is all?
He should have stopped.
Yeah, not good.
And he was not good. And he needs to be consistent. And behind the scenes, he may still indeed be a pain in the ass. And Evison does not look like the type of guy, and he's been on the job for a couple months here, so I don't know him that well. He does not look like the type of guy who's going to take the BS behind the scenes. Do you think he's ever laughed at a joke, ever, Dean Evison?
I bet you he's got.
And I don't care.
I bet you he's got a nice dry sense of humor.
You think so?
I think
he drops some one-liners on you.
I think he is the kind of coach that if you do things the right ways, and if you're a professional, then you're on his A list. And if you're not, and if you're one of these prima donna kind of guys, you're not. Like it's plain and simple, a cut and dry type of approach with Dean Evison.
And I like guys like that. I'm not saying every single coach has to be like that. I forget which game it was. It was, somebody had scored a big goal for the Jackets. I want to say it was a Fantilli goal, where Fantilli was, had the goal scoring drought, and he was just coming out of the penalty box, and he scores a goal right out of the box. And the bench goes crazy, and Evison is standing next to one of his assistants, I've forgotten who it is, and just gives him a shot in the arm. Just punches him.
Right in the arm.
In the arm. And I bet you, for whoever that was the greatest validation that they received. Like some guys are like, hey, man, great. Bring it in. Hug. Great job. Look at you straight in the eye and say, great job. Yeah. You're awesome. I value you. Some guys, you get off on that punch in the arm.
Approval.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
Elvis.
It's simple. He probably didn't even say any words.
Elvis is a guy, this is not disputable, that needs a lot of maintenance and needs babysitters to take care of him and his many moods. And maybe Evison has had enough.
And that is,
if the results on the ice were there, that's one thing.
You said it. It's one thing if you were getting this from Bob, right? And you're getting one of the most legendary goaltenders that we've ever seen.
Bob can also point to 2 Vezina trophies.
My point exactly.
Say I did that.
It's a completely different story. You're talking about one of the greats out there. And even then, you don't love it. You'd rather that not be the case. You'd rather a guy just ingratiate himself in the locker room, and just because you are one of the greats and you're making millions and millions of dollars, but you don't act like it because this is what you do. This is what your job is, and you're here with your guys and your city. So, yeah, that sucks that's happening, but I hope Jet Greaves performs well tonight. They need to win this game.
Me too. Jackets and Caps tonight. Coverage starts 6:30. Puck drops 7 o'clock right here on The Fan. If you want football tonight, 49ers hosting the Rams. That is 8 o'clock on 1460 ESPN Columbus and The Fan's HD2. We do have it there, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want to make sure I wasn't talking out of my crack.
No.
I will, though, at some point later today.
Right, Ted? That
Something
game on HD2
will be wrong. 20 years ago today, if you would have shown me a certain Ohio State number, I wouldn't have believed you. I would have said, nope, that's made up. You're crazy. I'm going to share with you what that is coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to hit some residual traffic due to an earlier accident if you need to use northbound 270 on the east outer belt before I-70. It's still moving slow from 33. And we also have a delay on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus location and save up to $30 on auto repair with their AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through December 31st. See store for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
A single cloud can weigh 550 tons. A sports car fits inside a hippo's mouth. NJM Insurance puts policyholders first. Seems unbelievable, but it's all true and approved by legal. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit njm.com for a quote.
Billiards Plus has the area's best selection of pool tables, shuffleboard tables, poker tables, and more. Select tables are still in stock, so hurry before they run out. Find stocking stuffers galore with darts, cues, and more game room goodies. Shop Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Make the most of your holidays with the Kroger app. You can enjoy over $600 in digital coupons every week. Get access to low prices and earn fuel points to save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. The Kroger app makes it easy to save this holiday season. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, save big on large avocados or mangoes. Your choice, just 99 cents each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
We're back on the Nada Yada Island Confessions Show. Benny is about to tell us how he found 2 loves. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks to Metro, I found iPhone 12 and Apple Watch SE.
At Metro, get the perfect match of both iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watch SE for only $99.99. You heard that right. Both for just $99.99. Holidays with Nada Yada Yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number and ID, sign up for Metro Flex Plus, and add a watch line. Not available if you're with T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days. Limit 2 per account.
Leaves changing and the nighttime air is cool. Fall is the perfect time to have the Waterworks inspect and tune up your furnace. Protect your family against those wintertime furnace breakdowns. Call 614-232-2222 now to schedule.
Come try Skyline Chili's new Mac and Cheese 3-Way. Made with creamy cavatappi pasta in a 3-cheese blend. Topped with Skyline Chili and their shredded Wisconsin cheddar. The new Mac and Cheese 3-Way. At participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
Year-end pricing. New Kias under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
$5! You see, Max, the holidays drive everyone crazy! Especially Great Lakes Kia.
Hi, mister. Did you hear? Year-end pricing.
Thanks, kid, but my credit's in the doghouse. No offense, Max.
If you've got a job, you ride.
A job, eh? Go on.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All 3 under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
New 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with 3rd row seating. All 3 under $5 a day. Save thousands.
Thousands?
And we have 0% financing.
I'm tingly. I can't take it.
You're happy.
New Kias under $5 a day.
During the season of New Tradition sales event.
Great cars.
Great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is real simple and effective. It's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And betting reduced juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JUSTSPORTS. Get a welcome bonus up to $100 and be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. I'm Buddy Wells. We've got hockey tonight here on The Fan as the Blue Jackets are home for a matchup against the Washington Capitals. Face-off is at 7 at Nationwide Arena. Pre-game coverage gets started right here on The Fan at 6:30. Week 15 of the NFL's regular season begins tonight with Thursday Night Football. They're in San Francisco where the 49ers are hosting the Rams. Kickoff is at 8:15. As we take a look ahead to this weekend, the Browns host the Chiefs in Cleveland. Meanwhile, the Bengals will visit the Titans in Nashville. Both of those games will kick off at 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. And in college basketball, the Ohio State men will take on number 2 Auburn in Atlanta this weekend on Saturday afternoon at 2. And the 11th ranked and still unbeaten Ohio State women, they host Youngstown State on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. This update is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. You can enjoy rates as low as 9.90% APR with a Visa Platinum credit card. Apply now at bmifcu.org/Visa. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Best known for their contributions to the fast food breakfast world. This is Man and Bone.
Bone is out today. Timmy's here. Teddy's here.
Hello, man.
How you doing over there, Ted?
I'm doing good, Mike.
Hi, Ted.
Doing good, Tim.
I never thought I would say this.
Bye, Ted.
I mean, I knew it, but it's just been a recent development. According to USA Today, Ohio State ranks first among public FBS schools with an assistant coach salary pool of $11.43 million.
It feels like it. It has gotten hefty as we've watched these numbers balloon as they've caught up to these SEC guys the last few years.
Georgia's number 2 at $10.33 million. Clemson with $9.68 million. This is an assistant pool. Man, I remember doing shows, man, and Tress would be the head coach, and he paid like Jim Haycock in Arby's coupons. And it was just a philosophy of...
Poor Jim.
We're not going to do this. We're not going to keep up with the Joneses because at that time, the assistant salaries were starting to go crazy. And you had, gasp, like top coordinators making more than $1 million. Now, that's nothing, right? But the line from Ohio State was, we don't care what these other schools are doing. We don't believe in paying assistants that type of money. Fast forward now to 2024, and they're not just in the ballpark, they're in the lead. They pay the most out of any school.
Yeah, they are. I want to see, because I'm looking at the list right here, and it's not separated. I could separate it by school, but they're the only ones that have two $2 million assistant coaches. Obviously, the coordinators.
Knowles makes $2 million,
Knowles and
Chip Kelly makes $2 million.
Yeah.
And then you got guys over 1.5 too. Like I know Hartline's over 1.5.
Right around it. Yeah, you've got LJ. No, Hartline is at 1.6, but then you've got two that are almost at 1.5 in Larry Johnson and Tim Walton. And a lot of people have been having some issues with Larry Johnson. There's been some stories written about him.
I'm aware of it
this year, so that's something to be aware of. If there's going to be, a possible spot opening up in the offseason, we will see. But Blake Baker is the highest paid assistant coach in the country. LSU, $2.5 million. Wink Martindale, $2.3 at Michigan. Wink, who, boy, did he ever have Ohio State's number, right? They were firing their offensive coordinator, but as far as Wink Martindale is concerned, he had no offense and then came to the shoe and beat Ohio State 13-10. Pete Golding at Ole Miss is north of $2 million. Andy Ludwig at Utah. Good for the Utes, paying somebody an assistant. Oh, you know what? Utah and Ohio State, the only two. Utah is paying not one, but 2 assistant coaches $2 million. Good for them. I had no idea.
Let them live. And this goes again to my comments in the last hour, reacting to Ross Bjork's appearance on this radio station this morning where he said, we need to take a step back sometimes. And
this further drives it home.
Not look at the big picture, but the process. That's what we have to do. I'm looking at the process, dude. I'm looking at the amount of money you spend on this program. I understand what Bjork's job is. He's a cheerleader. He's a salesman. He's everything in one. He's a fundraiser. I got it. Don't pull wool over my eyes. Don't treat me like I'm stupid.
You bringing this up right now in this week, it further drives home how much you got to do it here in this college football playoff. That is so much money that you are paying for these coaches. And Brian Hartline also, at the same time, he could be in line for a raise because of where he's poking around, right?
Well, he interviewed for the West Virginia job, but that's going to go back to Rich Rodriguez.
Right.
So he's going to get that job again. He was there before. He's back.
Interesting move, right?
Yeah.
You see a guy circle back to a spot where he once had some success. But just the simple fact that you are being courted by someone, you can use that as leverage, I would still think, with Brian Hartline and the way that his wide receivers have been producing and how they continue to be some of the best players on the entire football team. It's been that way for a number of years now.
He is the wide receiver whisperer. He's a recruiting guru. That's what he's there for. Obviously, he's not there to call plays, at least not now, but he's valuable.
And that had been discussed, but apparently that was not a direction that they wanted to go, because you remember that where you had the offseason here, and it was even the spring game where the keys were sort of handed over to Brian Hartline while we were sorting out whether that was going to be Bill O'Brien coming in, then he wasn't, and then they settle on Chip Kelly, and that obviously is going to become his baby when you got a guy like Chip.
If Ryan Day is going to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Acquiesce?
Sure.
Completely?
The play calling.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a guy like Brian Hartline. No offense to him.
Right.
And I'm sure Ryan said as much. Look, no offense to you, but I want a proven guy. I want a guy who's done this before at a high level.
It's got to be someone, a mentor or someone with a lot of years under his belt. Why would you give it up to someone that has less experience than you?
He felt comfortable with Bill O'Brien, and Bill O'Brien left in 2 seconds to go take the Boston College job. And then, Chip Kelly sort of fell in his lap. How often does a head coach leave a Power 5 school to come take a coordinator job?
It was wild, and we could only just have hoped that we would have put together a better game plan in the most important game
it's the process
of the season.
Focus on the process.
That's what it was all coming down to. And use some of those amazing wide receivers that Brian Hartline has coached up.
Xavier Leggett is a rookie wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers. He was on a
funny dude.
He was on a podcast, and by the way, he's known on his team as being the most country of all the guys on the team. He's from South Carolina. He likes to hunt. He likes to skin. He likes to do all that sort of stuff.
Likes to skin.
Just a good old country guy.
Sounds interesting it's an interesting hobby that you would. I like to skin.
Well, whatever, man.
What do you mean you like to skin?
There's
I like
a whole
to skin
world
things
out there that's not me and you, Timmy, and we need these people for society.
How do we eat without skinning?
That's right. He was asked on this podcast, what's a hot food take? Give me a hot food take. He said, I eat raccoons.
Oh, boy. That's hot.
Like a raccoon that you see in the trash. I hunt it, I kill it, I skin them, cook them, eat them, all that.
My God.
He was then asked, when was the last time you ate a raccoon? He said during Thanksgiving. So not too long ago, he was chowing down on some coon.
Where's Xavier? He eats these things.
Mm-hmm.
Find him. We need his help.
Found out that squirrels were high in cholesterol.
Oh, yeah.
Would you eat a raccoon if it was prepared for you?
I don't think I would.
What about an expert world-class chef? I wouldn't turn it down. I'd try a little raccoon.
Expert world-class chef.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to eat one of Leggett's raccoons.
Well, you think Leggett can't cook it well?
Like if Bobby Flay hands me a raccoon taco that he's, got the meat all nice and shredded in a familiar form.
If it's got just an incredible, trimmings with it.
There are people listening to us right now, Timmy, that go out in their off time and scrape stuff off the road, take it home, and salvage it.
There are people
and eat it.
There are people eating raccoon
right now.
Right now, listening to this. mean, it's after 4 o'clock. It's probably when you have a little raccoon.
We had this is a couple weeks ago.
That's not dinner time stuff. That's snack time stuff.
A couple weeks ago, I was off, and I'm at home during the day. Kristen comes down. I guess there's some sort of neighborhood Facebook group that we're a part of. I don't know. She comes down and says, I just got the weirdest post in the Facebook group. All right. I guess somebody said, if you hear a gunshot in a few minutes, don't panic. The sheriff is here in the neighborhood. There's a rabid raccoon. There's a rabid raccoon out during the day. Obviously, you don't want to touch those things during the day.
No.
Right? There's something wrong with them. There's a rabid raccoon out, and the sheriff, if he gets a clean shot, is going to shoot this raccoon dead.
Have you ever seen a rabid raccoon? Have you ever just made eye contact? And what does that look like? Do they actually foam at the mouth, or are they acting crazy? What are they like?
They're gone. They're not acting like a traditional raccoon.
So what are they doing?
They're out during the day. You should not be out walking around during the day.
Oh, just the fact that they're out in daytime tells you that's bad.
And they're
rabid.
coming close to people, bad.
Get away from
You shouldn't
them.
be doing that. There's something wrong with this raccoon. So, true to form, about 2 minutes later, you heard a gunshot in the neighborhood, right? And so that was the end of that. He killed the raccoon. And so the next morning, I'm at the bus stop. The place where this raccoon was right next to the bus stop. There's about 19 million of these turkey vultures. Apparently, the sheriff will shoot the raccoon, but he's not picking it up. He just left it there.
Oh,
Nobody moved the raccoon, just a dead raccoon. And these turkey vultures going to town.
Did he not get the chalk out either and just draw?
No caution tape, no chalk outline,
body cam tape.
And the kids are like, "What are they doing?" And I said, "Circle of life, baby.
They're having a snack.
Circle of life." And you know how they get inside the raccoon? These birds. There's 2 entry points. Eyeballs and BH.
The old...
Because that's the tender areas. They're not going to go through the fur and the skin. They want to find a soft place to rip that thing apart.
Yeah.
So they're going to town on this raccoon's BH. What's that, Daddy?
Nothing like BH raccoon in the morning. Just got to watch out.
Sad. Yeah, but think about it this way. These turkey vultures, if they didn't have this to eat, maybe they go back to the nest.
Exactly.
Their youngins don't make it.
Mm-hmm.
I just found it fascinating. The sheriff comes, shoots the thing, and says, well, my job's done.
That's it.
See you later.
I'm not animal control. I'm the sheriff. Watch out for the buckshot.
The NFL is trending towards the obvious. I'll tell you what that means coming up next. Colin, Man, and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got a 5-minute delay due to a disabled vehicle that's blocking the right lane on eastbound 270 on the North Outer Belt. After 23, it will be stop and go from 315. And there's a couple-minute delay on eastbound 33 between 270 Southeast and E. Bright Road. This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus location and save up to $30 on auto repair with their AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through December 31st. See store for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Snip, tuck, fold, crease, tuck, tape.
It's not that complicated, Dad.
Wrap, crease, tape, twist, tape.
Ohio Lottery scratch offs make great holiday gifts. And play Holiday Bonus Millions with a 200 times multiplier and a $2 million top prize.
Fold, crinkle, crinkle, roll.
Plus, you can enter non-winning tickets in My Lotto Rewards for a second chance to win up to 1,000 times the price of your ticket.
Please crinkle, gate, fold, ring, curl, sponge.
The best part, Dad? No wrapping required.
No tuck, fold?
No tuck, fold.
Give the gift of fun. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
'Tis the season to raise a little Cane with Raising Cane's. Spread joy with craveable chicken finger meals and treat everyone on your nice list to a Cane's gift card or plush puppy, which benefits local pet organizations. Happy holidays from Raising Cane's. One love.
Billiards Plus has the area's best selection of pool tables, shuffleboard tables, poker tables, and more. Select tables are still in stock, so hurry before they run out. Find stocking stuffers galore with darts, cues, and more game room goodies. Shop Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way. Give Baths R Us a ring. Call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait for spring to get your bathroom right. Baths R Us, Baths R Us, your dream bath's on the way. Oh, you'll love to design the bath of your dreams today. Happy holidays from Baths R Us.
Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com.
If you need a new furnace, don't settle for a quote north of $7,000. Call your local Sears Heating and Cooling team instead, because those prices are unnecessary. At Sears, we're not plumbers or electricians. We are your Central Ohio heating experts. We keep our overhead low and pass those savings on to you. Save thousands and enjoy a 10-year parts and labor warranty, all without sacrificing service or quality. So get a quote from Sears Heating and Cooling and understand why we are proudly celebrating 75 years as your partner in comfort. SearsHeatingCooling.com.
Hey, Central Ohio, it's Christmas. The decorations are up, the trees are glowing, and the presents are on their way. Even in today's fast-paced world of tech, busyness, and various ideologies, most of the Christmas themes still point to the message and hope of Jesus Christ. I think author Max Lucado said it best: the gift of a Savior born in a humble manger to rescue us from our sins. The world had waited for this moment for centuries, and when it came, it was everything we needed. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. God had not left us in our troubles. He had come to us in the form of a child, bringing joy to the hearts of all who would receive him. This child, Jesus, came not to condemn, but to save. His birth was the dawning of hope, the promise of forgiveness, and the assurance of peace. This is why we celebrate, not just the birth of a child, but the birth of salvation. In this crazy season, remember the true gift this Christmas. Remember Jesus Christ. From the Lindsay Automotive family, Merry Christmas.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We're live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown dumb since day one. The Fan.
Healthcare.gov has plans for health because you have plans for life. All plans cover doctor visits and emergency care to keep you and your family running strong. All plans cover hospital stays and prescriptions, so you can have peace of mind. Visit healthcare.gov to explore health plans from the brands you know. 4 out of 5 customers can find a health plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Enroll at healthcare.gov by December 15th for coverage starting January 1st. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
What do your home and auto have in common? They're yours, and Progressive protects them both. Bundle today at progressive.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine, but brisk on this Thursday. Temperatures only in the low to mid-20s. A few snow showers early tonight, little if any accumulation. Partly cloudy and cold by your Friday morning. Temperatures around 20 degrees. And during the day Friday, we'll see some sunshine, light winds, but still chilly with highs in the mid-30s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Yes, we tried unplugging and then plugging them back in. It didn't help. This is Man and Bone.
Timmy?
Man?
I want to talk to you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health.
Oh, I love them too.
You know, man, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, you aren't sleeping well, the sex drive is MIA, and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. If this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, 'tis the season for you to get treated. That's what I think it's for.
Me too.
Family, gift giving, togetherness. That's overrated. But treating your testosterone levels, that's the gift that keeps on giving. Tri-State Men's Health has 2 locations in Columbus. Quick exit off 270 in Hilliard, right next to Fish's house, near the medical mile in Westerville. Something I said made sense. Get back to winning your race by calling them today. 800-900-9654, or visit tristatemenshealth.com. And if you go to Tri-State, and Timmy and I both recommend that you do, and you're there for an appointment, and you hear somewhere in the office someone doing this, it's because Tyvis is also a new spokesperson for Tri-State Men's Health.
He couldn't stay away.
So I just want to go through the list right now. It's me, it's Timmy, it's Bo Bishop, it's Tyvis Powell, and Marty Brenneman.
Unbelievable.
If you can't trust us, who can you trust?
I don't know. That's a crack team right there.
My God.
Just, I want to know high testosterone Tyvis Powell.
I'm scared of it, actually.
I can't wait to find out. Like, if that
bust through the wall like the Kool-Aid guy.
My goodness. Yeah. I mean, we're going to hear him. I know our studios aren't even very soundproof, but we'll be hearing him laughing and talking before he's even in the building from now on.
All right, the NFL is trending towards the obvious. Troy Vincent was talking yesterday, and he said the NFL is going to consider replay assist for face mask penalties and other plays.
They should. It's a face mask.
It's almost like what we've been talking about for years.
It's common sense plays.
Have an official who has the same type of rank and authority as the officials on the field.
But he's in the sky.
Up in the booth, in the sky, and he can throw a virtual flag with the benefit of replay.
They're already doing this as far as a spotter goes for if somebody needs to come off the field to get in the concussion protocol or to be tested.
No, I know, but do we have
to
symptoms? Do we have to wait?
Replay?
Because obviously there was a blatant face mask that was missed on Joe Burrow. Of course there was. Do we have to wait until somebody has some sort of horrible injury before the NFL says, all right, I guess so?
Yes.
We have to wait for disaster to happen to act on it.
You have to wait. This is one of my biggest problems, not just with the NFL, but with systems, with municipalities, with government. You have to wait for disaster. I want simple things. Like my neighborhood, for instance, we have a school that is maybe, like you've been by my house, it's maybe like 6 doors down. We have an elementary school. We're almost inside the zone. People can't obey speed limits inside of a school zone, right? And people also can't obey crosswalk lights. It doesn't matter what you do unless you actually put like the speed humps into an area. You're not going to get them to go slower. And I know these are expenses and these are costs, but the problem is you tell people, but they wait until someone actually gets hit by a car or someone almost close to dies before you're going to change or do something about it. It's like if you would just listen to what some of the issues are for people that know best, then you might know about these things. But that's not how we like to do it. We like to wait.
All I'm saying is, after you shoot the raccoon, scoop it up.
Scoop it up.
That's all I'm saying.
Or at least make the call to the people that do. If you're not going to scoop it up because you're the sheriff, it's not your job. You're shooting it with a gun. Although, wouldn't animal control have the rifles as well?
I don't
Wouldn't that
know.
also be what they do?
Maybe they give them dart guns, but not rifles.
Dart guns.
Crazy, man.
You got a dart in your neck,
and
man.
if you're saying, why are you talking about raccoons? Where'd this come from? Well, that was the last segment. So
someone shot a raccoon and left it there.
Animals. Wide receivers in the NFL would scoop it up, put it in a pot, put some okra in there.
Fried goodness.
I hate okra. I still don't like it. It's like a slimy wiener.
What's a slimy wiener? That's good. What's the strangest meat you have eaten? Or just the most out there food? You ever had the escargot?
Yes, I've had that snail. I actually like it.
I had that in France. I did not enjoy it.
No?
Mine.
With the garlic and the butter?
Didn't like it. Just the consistency. Not really used to it. Maybe if I went back again, because it was the first time I'd ever had it, one and only time when I had it. We talked about when I went to Scotland.
You had some haggis?
Scotland's famous dishes, none of them look overly enticing, and had the haggis. For people that don't know what haggis is, I got to pull it up to find.
It's a bunch of
it's a membrane
stuffed inside a stomach.
Here it is. It's a savory Scottish dish of minced sheep's offal, oats, suet, onions, spices, and salt, cooked in a sheep's stomach. It does not sound enticing.
No,
and I tried it and I had it.
First of all,
I hated it.
This was food of sustenance back in the day. All right? You couldn't just go to the taco place down the street. people had to eat what they could eat. You also had to make meat stretch. That's why in the old days, when you look at meatloaf recipes, a lot of them have oatmeal in it.
Exactly. You're letting it, like you said, stretch. You're putting a lot of other fillers.
That's right.
It's like with a crab cake. You're not just going to stuff it with $37.99 a pound crab meat.
Well, not if you want it to hold together either.
But you got to take a little bit of out of it because you got to charge more for it, and you got to make it last.
Right. So back in the day, this is what you had to do to live. I'm told by some people that what we need to do is go back to the old ways of eating. And my response is, you first.
Yeah.
Where essentially you make sausage with a little bit of meat and a lot of sawdust.
And a lot of blood, too.
And by the way, they used to actually make sausage with sawdust. That's real. Wow, it's all these ultra-processed foods. Okay, you first. Let's have some haggis together.
Do you
shall
like?
we?
Yeah, I can't do. Do you like the? You've been to England. You've done the trip. You do. Do you like any of the shepherd's pie, Queen?
Well, first of all, here's what I learned. What we think of as shepherd's pie is really cottage pie.
Okay.
Because shepherd's pie is made with lamb.
Okay.
And I'm not a big lamb guy.
So is there a difference with the consistency versus how we would hear?
It's like chunks of like a stewy lamb thing. And then you have the potatoes on top and the peas and all that stuff.
Go ahead.
If you like lamb, that's fine.
Yeah,
I prefer
do.
the beef. If you want ground beef and the mashed potatoes on top, that's called a cottage pie.
I think lamb is actually one of my sneaky favorite meats.
I can't get into lamb. I keep trying it. I keep eating it.
Really?
I just can't. It's fine. I'm not going to, if you serve me some lamb, I'm not going to not eat it. But if I'm out ordering food, never will I say, give me some lamb.
I think when you find that lamb that's prepared on the spigot, where it's sliced vertically
on the
gyro,
spit,
gyro on the spit. Yeah, on the,
well,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the cone. That's
cone.
beef and lamb mix. That's more beef than any. There's sawdust in that too, Timmy.
Okay,
come on.
You're saying when I typically find that at a gyro joint?
Yeah, that's not pure lamb.
That's not.
No,
that's not mostly.
Because I eat that. That's delicious.
I've had lamb.
I'm talking. You go to a Greek person's house and they just got the whole animal on the spit outside.
I've had just good lamb chops from a nicer restaurant, like a $50 to $75 plate before, and I've loved it. It's delicious.
Teddy, what's your thoughts on the lamb chops? You like them?
I haven't had lamb chops since way back, even before I was banging. But I had them when I was a kid. Yeah, and they were good. But I haven't had them in my recent times.
Now the people who are very particular about lamb say there's a big difference between domestic lamb, the stuff that's here, like in Colorado, farm there, and New Zealand lamb, which is a lot of the stuff that we get in restaurants. Now, I've tried both. Because they're like, well, you haven't had domestic lamb. You got to try that. If you don't love lamb, you're going to love domestic lamb. I had that. It was fine.
I think I've remembered we had a date night at the Guild House. Have you ever been to the Guild House? Place in High Street?
I know of it.
It's at the bottom of that, one of the hotels there. That's where I had the lamb. It was fabulous. How was it prepared? How was it prepared?
Like a sauce or something?
It had a little sauce. I think it had a drizzle and then some potatoes served with it as well, a little veggie. And it looked very good. It
like
was
a reduction?
So tender.
Or like a garlicky?
Not a reduction, like seared. It was a seared and I think grilled. It was delicious, succulent lamb.
You know what I think you'd like?
Ooh.
They do it a lot in Spain. Suckling pig.
Suckling pig? What's the suckling pig?
They take a little baby pig that's just sucking on mom's teat. They kill it, and then they roast it up.
And it's in that form still? Like when you do a pig roast?
It's actually
put the apple in his
prized
mouth?
Because it has mom's milk still in its stomach.
Mama milk?
I want that baby pig.
Oh, man.
I want my baby pig, baby pig, baby pig, baby
pig.
Chili's baby pig.
Barbecue sauce.
You and me, traveling, suckling pig. That's the code word. Whenever you and I want to get away from this place, we look at each other and say, hey, suckling pig.
Bone won't know what we're talking about.
He never knows.
He won't get it.
One NFL quarterback threatens to pump you full of lead That's coming up in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Slower traffic is causing a 10-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between Livingston Avenue and 270. And you're going to hit a slowdown on southbound 71 on the north side between Weber Road and 17th Avenue. This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus location and save up to $30 on auto repair with their AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through December 31st. See store for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Some things in life are meant for each other, like salt and pepper, bacon and mushrooms, or you and the all-new Wendy's Mushroom Bacon Cheeseburger. Now, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, does bacon go with mushrooms? And the answer is, they do now. So if you want crispy, crunchy, cheesy, juicy, shroomy, and garlic spready, then you and the Mushroom Bacon Cheeseburger are meant to be. For mushroomy, bacony goodness, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
At Meijer, we believe the holidays should be a special time. A time when families and friends can gather for the simple purpose of enjoying each other's company. From the gifts and decorations which make the moment, to the fresh ingredients that make the meal. Count on Meijer to bring the magic of the season to life with just one stop. We're always working harder to make the holidays a good deal better. Meijer. Bring more good to the holidays.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino Columbus. Bone, it's our favorite place to be.
Love it. There's tons of great action, 12,000 square feet of betting and fun and food and drinks.
And we're going to be broadcasting live Friday, December 13th. The first 50 people in attendance will receive a Common Man and T-Bone Christmas shirt.
Ooh.
I didn't get one.
Me either. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Come see us on the 13th. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
No Desmond Howard death wishes since 2012. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Thursday. Bone is out. Timmy's here. We were talking about lamb chops and food. Go figure. This show talking about food. How long you been living in this city?
Too long.
No,
Too long.
Give me, what is it, 12 years? 13 years?
13 years, yeah.
13 years.
Yeah.
Teddy, this man here just told me that in his 13 years of being a radio professional in this city, a man about town, he has never set foot in a Hyde Park steakhouse.
I've never been to the Hyde Park right there on High Street.
That's amazing, Tim.
It is, right?
I can't believe that.
You haven't been either, have you?
I've never been to
You've never been to a Hyde Park?
No.
I could sense that Ted hadn't been.
That's disappointing, Teddy.
I don't even know where one is.
Oh, my God. It's
All right,
right over there. Good ale and high.
We got to remedy this. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of good places to eat in this town, but if you just want some good meat and potatoes.
Yeah, that's a place.
There's a lot of steakhouses. If you give me the choice between all the steakhouses, I will choose Hyde Park. They pay me nothing. All right?
No, they don't. They don't do a lot of advertising.
They do advertising during Ohio State stuff.
Well, then they should do it with us.
Maybe they're averse to pee-pee and wee-wee conversation.
Oh, come on.
There's a jar of lube on the table right over there.
Who's going to give you well, you can't see it. I placed that on the edge of the desk so you couldn't see it.
I'm going to go get it.
You're going to get it? You're going to put it right back in the middle? Just bring everything to the middle of the table. This is what we're about here.
Was that there this morning,
Yay,
Timmy?
Lion's Den. Yes, that's been there all day, Ted.
Look.
I guess it's up for grabs. Someone should be taking that home.
Personal moisturizer.
I love how they got to put personal on the bottle to just let it know it's only for you. They should just write something else on the bottle.
You could use it with other people. What do you think? It's just for solo activities?
Yes, I do. Because that's what it says.
Teddy wants this to take home. Teddy, bring this to Mrs. Ted. She'll like it.
I got to go to Hyde Park. I'm going to get that done by the end of the month.
You know what? We're all going to go. I didn't realize Ted had not been there. I'm taking you. I'm taking Teddy. Bone can go to hell.
How about a lunchtime Hyde Park?
Not open for lunch.
Oh.
It's a dinner time spot.
How long they been doing that?
30 years.
Can I get it Pittsburghed?
You can get it Pittsburghed. Not the way River does.
Come on.
I want it Pittsburghed. All right, so you want it really, really charred on the outside and then rare on the inside? No, I want it medium well. No, that's not Pittsburgh.
No,
you old goat.
It's not it. Well, did you know?
That's the way I like it.
Did you know this? So for a long time, it had been known that Matty Ice, our lovely 12-3 host with Rothman,
I'm aware of him.
Had since, I'm just making sure everyone else is just as aware, had always enjoyed his steaks well done. And we'd always rightfully given him a lot of crap for that. The last time that I had talked to him, I can't remember when the last time they discussed this on their show, he had said he had fallen back from that. Yes. And he had now become a medium guy.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to hear him say that.
That's a pretty big step for him.
He's enjoying it too. He is seeing it for what it is. It's juicier. It's more tender. It's the way. It's safe. It's safe and it's fine. And it's the way it should be enjoyed. I'm glad he's doing it.
All right, you and me.
Hyde Park. Here we come.
You know, one day I'm going to get myself a steak on that menu. I said this to Rimmer the other day. There's a lot of douchebags on that menu over at Hyde Park. They need to add another one. Me or him.
Oh, so who are some of the top famous guys that have the steaks named after him that are
Herbie's got one.
Well, you ain't getting that one. Does that one
actually? It would take great joy if I replaced him. I would take great joy in that.
Does that steak yell at you when you order it? Does it judge you when you order it?
Why are you baiting me? Why are you baiting me?
It has it doesn't have expectations.
Sometimes you're surprised to see that steak in church being so vocal. But whatever.
Whatever. It's fine.
Urban's got a steak on there. Tress has got a steak. Archie's got a steak. Jack has got a steak.
Jack Nicklaus has a steak there?
I think Bobby Rahal has a steak there.
What's Jack's steak like?
I forget. It sounds like this, though. Hey, how you doing there, Timmy?
That's not your
Jack. I'm sorry. I got confused. This is my Jack.
What were you doing before you went into Jack? You went with Jay Burson.
That was almost
Jack
Pumpkin
Nicklaus.
Ryan Day.
Hi, Timmy.
Pumpkin Ryan Day. Ryan Day doesn't have his own steak on there. If he does, that should be taken off the menu.
Oh, my steak.
Start winning a little bit, then you can get your steak back.
I thought of my steak up at the memorial.
Why are we both doing this voice?
I don't know.
All right, what did I tease for you? Oh, one quarterback is going to pump you full of lead. So Joe Burrow.
What, Home Alone?
Had his.
Pump your gun.
You were smooching with everyone, baby.
Leo, Cliff, if you don't get out of here in 3 seconds, I'm going to pump your guts full of lead.
So Joe Burrow had his house broken into. He was playing on Monday Night Football. Yes, his
we've known about
model
this
girlfriend
problem.
was there. It was very traumatic. I'm not making fun of it. I'm saying it's a very traumatic thing. Obviously your house is broken into, but your privacy is also violated.
Right, and I love too how people were looking at this situation when it was. Because we've been talking about these athletes being targeted for months now, and people would say, oh, well, it's fine because they're only doing it when they're at their games. Well, yes, they live in giant mansions, and a lot of times their friends or family are hanging out at the house. Scary.
I'm told it's perfectly okay to commit heinous crimes.
Because they're rich.
As long as you feel like the person on the other end is, worthy of it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they're rich, so they'll be able to make up for it. That's what a lot of people say, too. It still sucks.
Tua was asked about this, Dolphins quarterback. He said, I have personal security just because one of my cars got broken into, so it's a little too close for my comfort with my family being in the house. So we got personal security to take care of all that. When we're on the road, we've got someone with my wife. We got someone also at the house surveying the house. So just let that be known. They are armed. So I hope if you decide to go to my house, you think twice. Tua says.
Okay. Don't test it.
He'll shoot you full of lead. He's got Joe Mixon's sister there just shooting guns.
You know what? If you came onto his property or tried to break into his house with intent, then that's the way it goes.
Fair game?
That is the law. That's it.
Give me a number, Timmy.
750.
No, give me a real number.
6.
Call the number 6 right now. 614-821-9710 gets a $50 gift card to Skyline. Try Skyline Chili's new mac and cheese 3-way. Creamy cavatappi pasta in a 3-cheese blend. Topped with Skyline chili and a mound of shredded Wisconsin cheddar. Your favorite 3-way chili is made with mac and cheese instead of spaghetti at participating Skyline locations for a limited time only.
I make my homemade mac and cheese with a cavatappi. I find that's the best way.
Cavatappi is a very underrated noodle.
Yeah, it's the best way. It's like
it's got a good texture to it. It's got a good mouthfeel.
It's the best combo because it's like that elbow mac, which is like the traditional, but you're almost timesing it by 3.
That's
and it's
exactly right.
You've got like 3 of those that keep swirling around each other. So it's like the combo of a rotini, which I love, and an elbow mac.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best. It holds so much cheese. The mac and cheese I made for Thanksgiving.
You have a go-to recipe?
I could have just poured it down your mouth.
Do you make
continuously.
a roux? Is it a roux?
Oh, it's rude.
Yeah,
it's rude. I rude.
Everybody's got their own recipe for mac and cheese.
Man.
What type of cheeses do you use for mac and cheese?
You
got to have a cheddar.
I use a cheddar.
Sharp?
I use extra sharp.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, extra sharp.
But you got to cut that with something, though, because if you're just using the cheddar, that's going to melt very greasy.
Yes, I use the cheddar, and I use a provolone as well.
Nice.
Yeah, and that just makes
provolone is nice, easy melting.
Provolone is good, too. I mean, we've noticed that's been used on a lot of pizzas that we like as a change of pace.
Absolutely.
From just a standard mozzarella.
I love a half and half mozz provolone mix on a pizza.
Yeah.
Fantastic flavor.
So that's the cheeses for the mac and cheese.
And you make a roux.
I'll tell you what, and I make the roux, and I thicken that with half and half, with butter, with flour, and then it's always off the block cheese. It's never pre-shredded cheese.
You have to, because the pre-shredded cheese has potato starch
I'll combine a little bit of Vermont white cheddar with the extra sharp cheddar.
All right.
Also off the block. And I'll combine that in, and then I'll throw that into the pot. Sometimes this takes upwards of 30 minutes to get that pot thickening, to get that roux to the proper thickness level. All the while you can be boiling your cavatappi and getting everything ready there and getting the oven up to temperature. And then I bake for about 45 minutes.
And of course, you want to leave that pasta very firm.
Yeah.
Because it's going to bake in the oven. It's going to cook some more.
We're going about like 60%. 60%
yeah, that's right.
on the cook of the noodle.
Super al dente.
Super al dente. You know, always go under, because you can always bake that a little bit more, and that cheese is just going to crust over. And honestly, you can use store-bought croutons, I find, crust up and crisp up really well.
Oh, for the topping?
Yeah. They can just
store-bought croutons.
They can just be like the cheap Myers brand, like regular original croutons.
Can I tell you what's a sneaky good topping for mac and cheese?
Please do.
Lay's
potato chips.
Original Lay's. Just crumple them up.
After the bake or before you bake?
After the bake. After that thing comes out of the oven, you just crunch up some chips on there. Chips!
And then what
Delicious.
I'll do is I will shred off the bone my pork ribs, the smoked pork ribs.
Oh, now we're getting
I'll
fancy
take the
now.
ribs off the bone, chop them up, shred them up, and then throw them into the mac and
Teddy,
cheese.
does anyone care about this conversation that we're having? Be honest.
Maybe a couple people.
Okay, but not you.
Me, no.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, mac and cheese is only one of the most popular side dishes in America. Yeah,
Degenerate
Can you
Timmy.
get that at Hyde Park?
They do have a nice lobster mac. Yes, you can, smartass. I'm going to take you there, and you're going to see it.
Nice.
Oh, you're going to see
Crab mac is good, too.
Degenerate Timmy coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Stop-and-go traffic is causing a 5-minute delay on westbound 670 between Grandview Avenue and I-70. And you're going to hit some slower traffic on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt from Westerville to Cleveland Avenue. This report is sponsored by Donato's Pizza. Every piece is important. Introducing Donato's new Italian meatball and sausage pizza with family recipe meatballs and sausage, plus Asiago, smoked provolone, Romano, and marinara. Now get $3 off any large pizza using promo code 3. Order today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Roof Revivers. Whether you need a quick repair or a full replacement, Roof Revivers has you covered. Visit roofrevivers.com today. Roof Revivers. We fix leaky roofs.
At $179 million in total cash prizes.
Mom, what are you doing?
Mix in 3 parts bills, bonus boxes, and multipliers.
Is this some kind of recipe?
Gradually stir in a ton of excitement.
Oh, you're trying to make Ohio Lottery holiday scratch-offs, aren't you? Stop overcomplicating things. Just go buy all your favorites like Holiday Cash, Holiday Lucky Times 10, and Merry Money.
Oh, that is easier.
Uh-huh.
Now help sift non-winning tickets into My Lotto Rewards for a second chance to win.
Play Holiday Scratch-Offs. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and condition regulations. Play responsibly.
Come try Skyline Chili's new mac and cheese three-way, made with creamy cavatappi pasta in a 3-cheese blend, topped with Skyline chili and their shredded Wisconsin cheddar. The new mac and cheese three-way at participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
There's never a good time for your furnace or air conditioner to stop working, but we're honored that for the past 100 years, Atlas Butler customers have relied on us the night before Thanksgiving, the day before their wedding, and even Christmas morning for fast, convenient service. Your trust means everything. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman for my friends at Tel-Ohio Credit Union. For 90 years, Tel-Ohio Credit Union has been helping members reach their financial goals. So experience the trust that comes with nearly a century of commitment. Start now at telohio.org.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove, not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. Oh no, I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my two best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keep making plans to learn more.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron, did you know I invented one of the most important things in the whole toilet industry? You did? What was it? I invented jiggling the handle. You did that? Doesn't everybody just think back to the first time you jiggled the handle on a toilet that wouldn't stop running? It was because somebody shouted, "Jiggle the handle." I guess now that I think about it, well, that person was told by somebody, and that somebody was told by somebody, and it all traces back to me.
Get Eco.
So, as oppressive as that is, Jerry, you know people could just get Eco to come and fix their toilet so it doesn't run on. That would also work, I guess.
Get Eco.
And once we fix it, it's fixed. You don't have to jiggle the handle next time. No, you're right. That is better. Although we should keep passing your wisdom along, in case it happens at somebody else's house. Thanks, Aaron.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Bobby Carpenter once sold workout equipment on QVC Canada. There's no joke here. That actually happened. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
We're back on the Nada Yada Island Confessions Show. Benny is about to tell us how he found two loves. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks to Metro, I found iPhone 12 and Apple Watch SE.
At Metro, get the perfect match of both iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watch SE for only $99.99. You heard that right. Both for just $99.99. Holidays with Nada Yada Yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number and ID, sign up for Metro Flex Plus, and add a watch line. Not available if you're with T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days. Limit 2 per account.
Would you believe that giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people? Or that a single cloud can weigh 550 tons or more? Sounds fake, right? How about an insurance company that actually treats you right? Sounds unbelievable, but it's true. NJM Insurance is proud to put policyholders first. And they don't use jingles or mascots either. Don't believe me? Well, guess what? Everything in this commercial is true and approved by the legal department. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit njm.com for a quote.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The only thing harder than common man's arteries is T-Bone thinking about a red-bellied woodpecker. This is Man and Bone.
Phone's out today. Timmy's here. Teddy's here.
Hello, man.
But you can see me and Bone tomorrow and hear us at Hollywood Casino Columbus inside the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. We're broadcasting live from 3 to 6 because that's what time the show is. It is our last scheduled broadcast at the casino. What's going to come in 2025? I don't know. Maybe the answer is nothing. We have nothing on the books. If you're one of the first 50 people in attendance, you will get a Man and Bone Christmas t-shirt exclusive to this event. We're not going to be selling them. There's no place else you can buy it. 50 have been made. Well, actually, 55. Rimmer got one. I got one. Timmy got one. Bone got one. Teddy got one.
That's a select group, folks.
I'm just saying.
Just think about that.
So the first 50 people get the shirt. We cannot guarantee that we have your size, but hopefully you'll use it at least as like a butt wipe brag or something.
Exactly. And the good news is you won't have to see me when you're out there. I
thought you were coming out there.
I thought I was too, but now, not. So I'll be talking to you down the line, and I'll be playing a lot of sound.
You want to lose people some money?
Sure.
Degenerate Timmy.
Degenerate
Timmer!
Degenerate
Timmer! Timmer!
Picks for the weekend.
Degenerate Timmy is brought to you by our friends at Ohio Health. Go ahead, Timmy.
All right, Mike. Well, we've got a Thursday night football game tonight. This is an interesting one. Of course, this season has not really gone according to plan if you're the San Francisco 49ers.
Until you play the Bears.
Madden curse until you play the Bears.
Then you look great.
How'd it go since they played the Bears? They haven't won a game since then.
Well, that was last week.
That was the last time. That was the last time they won a game.
That was last week.
Yes. Oh, sorry. They lost three. They lost three in a row before they got off the schneid against the Bears. Of course, everybody beats the Bears, but you had the Madden curse hit Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
He comes back for a week or two, and then he pops something in the Buffalo Bills snowy white game, and then he's out again. But this game, 6-7 Niners hosting the 7-6 Los Angeles Rams. I spent some time looking into this one and some of the betting splits on it. So if you follow where the money goes, maybe some people were surprised by San Francisco being a 3-point favorite in this one. Of course, they are at home. The Rams have been a little bit hotter lately. Of course, they had that wild win over the Buffalo Bills themselves. But I don't know. I look at this one. Maybe there's something beneath the surface here where a little bit more of the money is going the way of the Rams, but the betting splits seem to be favoring the Niners a little bit. So I'm kind of leaning that way because my hunches were to go towards Los Angeles with what they've been recently. 6-2 in their last 8. San Francisco's been riddled with injuries.
Your buddy Pat Murphy's a Rams fan, so
Pat Murphy is a Rams fan.
Go with the Rams.
I'm not going with the Rams. I'm not. I'm picking money line spread San Francisco 49ers here tonight. I think this is one where they get it done. I think George Kittle is going to have a really good game, and if Guerrero, who is their third running back, but he's shown some promise.
Last week?
He was hurt last week, but he's trending towards playing.
All right.
So he's trending towards playing.
George
and then
Kittle.
If they can get a boost from Nick Bosa, then that's going to be obviously a huge help to their defense as well.
Dirty-haired hippie, George Kittle.
My wife loves George Kittle.
Oh, yeah?
Sarah loves her.
Wow.
Some Kittle. She likes the long hair.
I
She
see.
likes the goofy personality.
Well, she's married to you.
More
She
so
must.
than that hair. Of course. And I like me some George Kittle as well.
Who's the dude that just walks around barefoot all the time? Doesn't he play for the 49ers, that guy?
No, that's Mac Hollins.
Bills.
Hollins.
Bills, that's right.
H-O-L-L-I-N-S
Bills.
from the Bills.
Just walks around barefoot all the time.
I see you wearing cleats when you're playing the game. If you believe in it that much, play the game barefoot.
I don't think he's allowed to do that.
See how good you can do.
But yes.
Well, why don't you have the cleats on the bottom of your foot then?
Although we did have kickers back in the day that would kick barefooted.
Yes, we did. We also, you had, who held the record for the longest time? Was it Tom Dempsey from the Saints? Had the 63-yard. It's Patrick Dempsey. But he had a half a foot. He was born with a birth defect. This was the man who had the 63-yard field goal record.
Yes,
for the longest time.
He was kicking with a club.
Club foot, yeah.
Exactly. So it was kind of like the toe blow method. I also say take the Jackets tonight. They're playing the 19-6-2 Capitals, but we talked about them. I just feel something here with Jet Greaves getting the call up that he's going to play some inspired hockey. He's going to have a great effort. We've seen the Jackets perform well at home, and they didn't do that on Tuesday, so I think Dean Evason's going to have them ready.
You want to know
and have
why?
a better performance, so money line it with the Jackets tonight.
I know you're going to the game and you want to see a victory,
I do.
and I
do.
I feel for you, but Rimmer is bad luck. Rimmer was there against the Flyers. He's going to be there again tonight.
I'm good luck, though. This will be the third time I'm 2-0 this year. I'm 2-0 this year, so
right.
we'll have some good luck.
This will be the ultimate test.
Yeah, it's not Samantha Riccardotti luck.
No.
With
Are you
Buckeye
kidding?
basketball.
I got to take that chick on the road. She's got to travel with the team. She's like Sister Jean it up. She'll be the mascot.
Well,
Jake Diebler's just got her on his shoulders.
Could we look ahead then to Saturday, because ESPN Analytics, and no surprise here, overwhelming matchup predictor, 77% for the Auburn Tigers in a couple of days here in Atlanta for the holiday Hoopsgiving. They're 8-1. Buckeyes are 6-3. Obviously, not a lot of new news on Aaron Bradshaw, if he's going to even be playing in this game. He's back with the team, but yeah. The way they're talking, and Jake Diebler had more comments here today, it does not sound like he is going to be ready for this basketball game. Until I hear otherwise, I would not plan on Bradshaw being there, but you know what?
What?
Buckeye basketball. Auburn Tigers. Victory! Take it to the bank.
For who?
Buckeyes.
Take it to the bank?
Take it to the bank. They're going to go down there. Bruce Thornton, I think, is going to, from Jump Street, be locked in. He's going to pace this team. He's going to be whatever this Buckeye team needs him to be right from the start, and they are going to have a platoon effort to slow down Johnny Broome, a lot like they slowed down 2 top 4 draft picks for Rutgers last time they played. And they held those guys to 30 points, and they were averaging about double that going in.
Thank you, Timmy.
You're welcome.
Bill Belichick had his press conference over at North Carolina today. By the way, Mike Lombardi's also there with him. Of course he is.
Unbelievable.
But I love one of the questions that Belichick got, which is, hey, if you're real successful here, what do you say to the people that say in a couple years you're going to go back to the NFL? What? And he said, I didn't come here to leave, which is great. But how about the other question? Who's to say you're going to be alive in a couple years?
80 years old.
Well, he's not 80 years old, but he's 72. He's got the ticker probably of an 80-year-old. I know you're having sex with a young girl. That doesn't mean you're young, though, by comparison.
My goodness.
This is an old man taking this job. By the way, an old man who's never coached college football before. But we're all just supposed to say, oh, yeah, he can do it. He can walk right in. He can do it. No level has he coached college football before. But he's going to walk in there with his pro personnel guy from New England and show everybody what it's like. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
He had those comments about on McAfee's show when he said, if I do this, he talked about how it would be an NFL pipeline, NFL this, NFL that. It almost sounded a lot like what we're talking about in the first hour, where you say, don't forget that you're here to win college football games.
Bjork told us it's about the process.
I get you. Well, for Belichick, I know you want to set people up and have people ready to transition to the league, but don't forget to win the college football games.
No, he'll be great.
That's what North Carolina wants from you.
Don't worry about it. Fat Boy Food Tap. Coming up next, Colin, Man, and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got a 10-minute delay due to a disabled vehicle that's blocking the right lane on westbound 70 on the east side at the 71 East Split. Expected to be stop and go from Miller Avenue. And we have slower traffic on eastbound 670 from 315 to 71. This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus location and save up to $30 on auto repair with their AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through December 31st. See store for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Visit The Waterworks online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. I just found out that Daisy Sour Cream launched their new French onion and ranch sour cream dips. I love dips, and these new dips from Daisy Sour Cream are a game changer. They taste just as good as if they were homemade. They're made with Daisy Sour Cream and real herbs and spices. The new dips from Daisy Sour Cream are made with ingredients you can find in your kitchen, nothing more. Get your favorite chips, wings, veggies, or whatever you like to dip, and check out these new French onion and ranch dips only from Daisy Sour Cream.
Make the most of your holidays with the Kroger app. You can enjoy over $600 in digital coupons every week. Get access to low prices and earn fuel points to save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. The Kroger app makes it easy to save this holiday season. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on Kroger brand bone and hickory smoked spiral ham. Just 89 cents a pound with your card and additional $25 purchase. Limit 2. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Better is around the corner in 2025. Feeling better, getting rid of joint pain once and for all. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. QC Kinetics patients are able to walk up and down the stairs like my dad, tailgate with their friends. They can finally sleep without pain waking them up. That aching, they can feel normal again. That can be you. 2025 can look very different than what the past years have looked. So call QC Kinetics and say goodbye to the shoulder, the knee, the hip, the back, whatever's aching you. QC Kinetics and Dr. Ray Tezer and his team, they're waiting for your call with the treatments right in the office with no downtime, no drugs, no surgeries. Their advanced protocols in regenerative medicine have helped tens of thousands of people get lasting relief. No steroid shots. And if you've been told surgery is your only option, well, check out a second opinion and go check out QC Kinetics. The consultation is free. Go to QC Kinetics/Columbus, or even better yet, call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544 with offices in Dublin and Gahanna.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay minus 108 than minus 110. Wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sportsbook. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JUSTSPORTS. Get a welcome bonus up to $100. And spend the holidays with the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Bo Bishop here. We teamed up with our great friends at High Bank to pick 3 exclusive single barrel whiskeys. A portion of every bottle will be donated to Brady Quinn's Third and Goal Foundation to make a difference in the lives of veterans. A limited number of bottles are available right now at High Bank's Grandview and Gahanna retail locations. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Come out and celebrate the holiday season with Ohio State men's ice hockey this Friday, December 13th and Saturday, December 14th. Join the Buckeyes at the Schottenstein Center as they take on Notre Dame. Friday night, don't miss the annual Teddy Bear Toss and help those in need. Buy your tickets at ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Buddy Wells. We'll start with the NFL's Week 15 of the regular season begins in San Francisco tonight for Thursday Night Football. That's where the 49ers will host the Rams. Kickoff is at 8:15. You can listen to that game beginning at 7:30 over on ESPN Columbus. Hockey tonight, the Jackets play the second of their 3-game homestand as they welcome the Capitals into Nationwide Arena. Face-off is at 7 o'clock tonight. Our pregame coverage gets started right here on the Fan at 6:30 following the Buckeye Show. And in college football, we're just 9 days away from Ohio State taking on Tennessee at the Shoe in the first round of the new 12-team college football playoff. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff next Saturday night on December 21st at Ohio Stadium between the Buckeyes and Volunteers. This update is sponsored by Germain Toyota, the best selection of new and used cars in Central Ohio. You can view their full selection of vehicles online at germaintoyota.net. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
We did the math. Common Man has hosted over 5,000 shows on The Fan. 3 of them have been halfway decent. Here's Man and Bone.
Teddy?
Yeah.
This ain't one of them.
Old news.
No, I know that, but I just have to confirm it. When that piece of production plays, I got to confirm it.
We're running out of time for this year.
That's true.
Have we had one all year?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But you can see us live and in person tomorrow, Hollywood Casino Columbus. First 50 people in attendance get a Common Man and T-Bone Christmas T-shirt. Bone's not here today. He had to rest up for tomorrow. Timmy's here.
Hi, man.
Teddy's here.
Hey,
I'm
Ted.
here. Gukesh Damaruju.
Oh, yeah.
Are you aware of this guy?
Your guy.
He's 18 years old. He's from India. He is the youngest chess world champion in history.
So he's good at the Bashki Bishop block.
He won
move.
in a tense championship matchup in Singapore. It was a $2.5 million prize fund. There you go. That's nice.
That's amazing. $2.5 million?
He becomes India's second world chess champion. But this guy is a young guy. He's a prodigy, son of a surgeon and microbiologist.
Wow. Good pedigree.
Until the summer of 2022, he was solely ranked as a junior. A grandmaster, age 12, 7 months and 7 days, the second youngest at the time. He has gone on to become the third youngest player to reach an FIDE rating of 2,700. I don't know what the hell this means. He's a young dude. He's an Indian dude. He's young. And it appears, Teddy, I don't know, maybe we have the sound bite. It appears that he won this without the use of anything stuck up his cracky. That's what we've been told. That's a big cheating scandal in chess, is that you have beads that you stick up there and
stop.
They vibrate.
That's too many vibes there.
That's cheating.
I had that yesterday on the show.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Mm-hmm. Wish we had. By the way, I took all that stuff. Lions Den brought me a lot of good presents yesterday. Brought it home to Kristen. She approved of all of it. Was very excited. I said, please just, I always say to her, you can have your lover in the house, but just make sure he's gone by the time I get home. And I said, just don't use these toys with your lover. Save them for me.
Just you?
Just me. That's all.
Isn't that the whole point? So that you don't have to be...
I don't have to be there?
Involved? Isn't that the whole point of any and all this?
Some of these things are made to be used together.
Some people like to enjoy them
that's right.
with each other.
It brings tenderness. Enhances. Yeah. That's right.
It enhances.
There's even some diagrams on these boxes as how to use them the best way. Yeah.
Nice.
Some positions.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Can help you along there.
Mm-hmm. Fat Boy Food Tip.
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
Timmy, you ever go into a fast food restaurant, you get your bag, and they forget your fries or something in your order? You're very upset because you had your heart set on that item.
Yeah, who has not had that happen to them many, many times?
You ever been so upset that you go inside and threaten to kill people with a gun?
No, never did that.
No, this is from San Pablo, California. A hangry woman in California was taken into custody after allegedly pulling a gun on a fast food restaurant employee because some French fries were missing from her order.
Oh, boy.
On Friday afternoon, officers with the San Pablo Police Department responded to the unidentified fast food restaurant. Upon learning of the missing side in her order, the woman reportedly sent her children inside the location to express concerns, as you do. The children were then told to send their mother inside with the receipt so the issue could be taken care of. Seems reasonable to me. She didn't want to get her fat ass out of the car. She sent the kids in there. Employees then said the mother returned in a hangry state and began threatening several employees, telling them she had a gun in her purse. Officers arrived shortly after this confrontation, spoke with the woman. They said that she told them there was a loaded pistol in her purse, which she was having her 9-year-old daughter holding at the time, as you would. This seems like a good mom. The daughter then gave the purse to the officers, who rendered the gun inside safe. The officers then arrested the mother for criminal threats with a firearm and child endangerment. Yes, good call.
Have you ever seen the movie? I was just watching this recently. Old Michael Douglas flick called Falling Down.
I've seen that. It's been several years.
Yeah. Pretty good movie, old movie. There is a scene where he reaches his breaking point. I want to say it is a McDonald's, is it not? It's a fast food restaurant. I can't quite remember which one it is, but it's over the subject of breakfast turning to lunch, I believe. And he's got a bag. He just robbed a surplus store, beat up some guy in the back room, and he's ready to have his mental breakdown and his meltdown. It's coming any second. And it happens in this fast food restaurant. He pulls out the Uzi and he doesn't think anything of it. The way he's just hoisting it around a simple man that just wants a meal right here. That's all I want. Come on. He's obviously freaking everybody out, and he continues to go nuts for the rest of the film.
I was in a McDonald's recently, and it was lunchtime. It was 11:30. Mm-hmm. And I was there with Samantha. We like to eat inside.
So do me and Jack.
You know, I think that's
fun
a
sometimes.
lost art sometimes, eating inside a fast food restaurant. A guy comes in.
Used to eat inside a Krispy Kreme, too, me and Jack.
Orders an Egg McMuffin. And the person working there says, I'm sorry, it's not breakfast time. We can't make you the Egg McMuffin. He said, well, this is ridiculous. You have breakfast all day. And she said, I'm sorry, sir, we don't do that anymore. Well, when did that start? 5 years ago.
When did that end?
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yes,
he was
doing
that all
very
day.
upset. He said, I'm going to write a letter to corporate. She's like, I'm so sorry. We put all this stuff away.
Yeah.
Everything's set up for lunch. We stopped doing, breakfast all day in 2019, sir.
Before the pandemic.
I was just here and I got it. Well,
In
you must have gotten
2019.
it at breakfast, sir, or it was 2019.
Yeah. Oh, that is too bad.
Subway has a new ghost pepper bread. Teddy, why do you send this crap to me? You know it aggravates me.
It's too hot.
We need to stop using the term ghost pepper. All right, it's like the term artisan. It is used too often, or it does not apply.
Artisan bread. Everything is artisan
That's what I
bread.
mean.
You're right. It can't
I'm
be.
thinking artisan. I'm thinking of an old man named Giuseppe who's getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning and he's got his yeast and he's making the bread and he's pressing his knuckles in there just like his grandfather did. Not something that's been mass produced in a factory.
No.
Do not tell me that's artisan. And do not call something ghost pepper that's not going to melt your effing face off. We're
I'm
too
with you.
loosey-goosey with ghost pepper.
I'm with you. Sorry.
Sorry.
Don't have it then.
Do you have anything for me?
Did you see, I don't know if you guys talked about this yesterday, that Dairy Queen is going to bring back a retired fan favorite flavor.
What is it?
So it says they're getting ready to release a retired Blizzard flavor, but it wants to hear from fans of the ultra thick candy swirled treats.
Do we need to describe what a Blizzard is?
So
ultra thick candy swirled treat.
All right, so
are you reading this for the first time?
Sorry, the peppermint hot cocoa Blizzard. That one is here for the holiday season.
What's the one they want to bring back?
So this is wrong. It says
you
s'mores
are useless.
Yeah, I am pretty useless right here. I will agree with you there. S'mores, Georgia mud fudge, which I've never heard of, or cappuccino Heath.
Cappuccino Heath.
No. Those are not fan favorite
Maybe they
flavors.
are. How do you know?
Yeah. Is s'mores a favorite flavor?
People love s'mores.
That'd be like if they shelved Heath. Heath would be a favorite flavor of a Blizzard. That's one of the creme de la cremes, the most popular, right?
I don't think I've
Candy
ever
Crunch?
ordered a Heath Blizzard.
What?
In my life.
Seriously.
It's just never been on the docket for me. Usually if I'm doing a Blizzard,
that's the best.
I'm doing an Oreo, usually is the go-to, Butterfinger, but I ask them not to chop it up too finely with the Butterfinger. I like the chunks of the finger.
I guess it says salted caramel truffle is also going to be available for a limited time.
How could that be bad?
That can't be bad.
No.
I don't know if that was one of the all-time favorites, but I like the holiday stuff. So if they're doing a peppermint hot cocoa Blizzard, anything with the peppermint flavor, I love this time of year.
All right, I have a story involving Michael Jordan and another one involving Mike Tyson, two of the most famous athletes of all time.
Oh, wow.
Separate stories. What the hell was that?
Mike Tyson. Wow.
Sounds like a cat. That is coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should watch out for an accident that's blocking the left lane and causing a 10-minute delay on westbound 70 on the west side after Hague Avenue. It will be stop-and-go traffic from West Broad Street. And there's a 5-minute delay on southbound 315 between Lane Avenue and Town Street. This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Some things in life are meant for each other, like salt and pepper, bacon and mushrooms, or you and the all-new Wendy's Mushroom Bacon Cheeseburger. Now, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, does bacon go with mushrooms? And the answer is, they do now. So if you want crispy, crunchy, cheesy, juicy, shroomy, and garlic spready, then you and the Mushroom Bacon Cheeseburger are meant to be. For mushroomy, bacony goodness, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino Columbus. Bone, it's our favorite place to be.
Love it. There's tons of great action, 12,000 square feet of betting and fun and food and drinks.
And we're going to be broadcasting live Friday, December 13th. The first 50 people in attendance will receive a Common Man and T-Bone Christmas shirt.
Ooh.
I didn't get one.
Me either. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Come see us on the 13th. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
There's a lot on the line in a divorce. Your home, savings, retirement, maybe even kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions it can take, you really need a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. We're committed to helping protect your personal interests and the life you've built. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Talk to us today.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, announcing our $99 home preventive maintenance checkup. It's getting cold out there. Carpenter and Bryant will do whatever it takes to get you ready for the winter months. Check out Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric at carpentercolumbus.com.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3-Cheese, Pepperoni, or Extreme Meat Pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Christmas. The decorations are up, the trees are glowing, and the presents are on their way. Even in today's fast-paced world of tech, busyness, and various ideologies, most of the Christmas themes still point to the message and hope of Jesus Christ. I think author Max Lucado said it best. The gift of a Savior born in a humble manger to rescue us from our sins. The world had waited for this moment for centuries, and when it came, it was everything we needed. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. God had not left us in our troubles. He had come to us in the form of a child, bringing joy to the hearts of all who would receive him. This child, Jesus, came not to condemn, but to save. His birth was the dawning of hope, the promise of forgiveness, and the assurance of peace. This is why we celebrate, not just the birth of a child, but the birth of salvation. In this crazy season, remember the true gift this Christmas. Remember Jesus Christ. From the Lindsay Automotive family, Merry Christmas.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Bo. The Fan.
Healthcare.gov has plans for health because you have plans for life. All plans cover doctor visits and emergency care to keep you and your family running strong. All plans cover hospital stays and prescriptions, so you can have peace of mind. Visit healthcare.gov to explore health plans from the brands you know. 4 out of 5 customers can find a health plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Enroll at healthcare.gov by December 15th for coverage starting January 1st. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Whether you get pulled over or get into a crash, drinking and driving will change your whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Fair skies, a bit of a breeze and cold on this Thursday. Temperatures only in the mid-20s. Overnight, any snow showers tapering off. By morning, temperatures starting off around 20 degrees on Friday, getting back in the mid-30s with partly cloudy skies and much lighter winds. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Does excessive amounts of Prozac make your sack droop down to your knees? Asking for a friend. My friend's name is Mike. Back to Droopy Sack and T-Bone.
Hey, come see Droopy Sack and T-Bone tomorrow at Hollywood Casino Columbus at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. We're broadcasting live from 3 to 6 because that's what time the show is on. You must be 21 because it is a casino. So I'm sorry to our younger fans that won't get a chance to experience the splendor that is the Common Man and T-Bone show. The first 50 in attendance get a free Common Man and T-Bone Christmas T-shirt. So stop on by and see us.
I've been wearing this T-shirt all show long, if you have popped on to YouTube to check out the show.
Timmy's here today. Bone had to rest to get ready to talk to all you idiots, his words, not mine, tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
got to mentally prepare for that.
Michael Jordan has been trying to sell his house in suburban Chicago for 14 years.
That's a long, long time.
I'm sorry, 12 years. I exaggerated.
That's close.
Listed for sale in 2012.
Like a Highland Park area?
That's
house?
correct. Highland Park, northern suburbs. It was officially listed in 2012 at $14.8 million. The home has 9 bedrooms, 19 bathrooms. Property taxes are $140,000 a year. 56,000 square feet. Here's what the listing says. NBA superstar Michael Jordan's 7-acre estate is as legendary as his airness himself. The 56,000 square foot property, equipped with every conceivable luxury amenity, is a physical monument to his tireless dedication and hard work. The custom designed property includes a regulation-sized basketball gymnasium, circular infinity pool, putting green, tennis court, and cigar room, each with Jordan's signature touch. Want to know the real estate code for custom designed property? That means gaudy as crap.
Right.
That's what it means.
It means gold and the number 23 and the Air Jordan logo all over the place.
I saw people were responding like, how did nobody buy Michael Jordan's place for 12 years? Well, because the people who are in the market for a $15 million place want their own gaudy crap.
Right.
They want to design their own crap. They don't want to take on Michael Jordan's gaudy crap. Look, you love Michael Jordan? That's great. These rich people can afford to buy a signed jersey and hang it in their own gaudy house.
They could buy the most expensive piece of Michael Jordan memorabilia that ever comes available.
That's what I mean. They're not going to just
this kind of money
buy his house if they think it's ugly. And I've seen the pictures. It's ugly.
You could buy one of his cars, or you could buy a jet of his that he's done using, potentially.
It's ultra modern. It's, I think, kind of ugly. I guess, he obviously liked it, but it was now sold for $9.5 million. And I don't know. You know what these people could do? Hey, we're so rich. $9.5 million. Let's knock it down. I like the land. I like the lush landscaping around it. I love the acreage. I like the location. Let's knock down this $9.5 million house.
Completely level.
And if
Michael
you're thinking
Jordan's
to yourself,
place.
no one would do that. They do it. Mike Tyson had the fight with Jake Paul. He was on Fox Sports Radio talking about what he remembered from the fight. And it turns out nothing.
Wow.
He says, I don't remember the fight that much. I kind of blanked out. You know what I remember? Coming back from the first round and Jake was doing some sort of bow. That's the last thing I remember.
Oh, boy.
The 58-year-old landed 18 total punches in the fight, which is bad.
That's bad.
78 for Jake Paul.
That can't even be all that good.
But for some reason, people are talking about how they want to see a rematch of this. I don't know why. I know that he made his money. He said he got $20 million. I understand why he did it. I understand why Jake Paul does it. I do not understand how people spend their entire Saturday evenings devoted to watching an old man get his face punched in.
I don't get it either. He said about the fight lasting 8 rounds. He said magically it just happened so quick. 8 rounds were over so fast. I wasn't tired. I wasn't sweating. I didn't understand that.
That's what happens when you black out. You're concussed, you idiot.
There was a lot that you didn't understand throughout the entire build-up to that fight. Yeah, this one blows me away.
Who would have thought it would go like that? The guy who said that a couple months prior when he had a bleeding ulcer that he was, his words, defecating tar.
Yeah.
A 58-year-old man. By the way, you blew my mind. I'd heard this stat before. The John Tyler stat.
Oh, I just saw this.
Will you pull that up?
I will.
You were talking about
this. If people have never heard this,
10th president of the United States, John Tyler.
I got it. I'm looking right at it. Okay, because I was thinking about this from Bill. We were talking about Bill Belichick, how he's dating someone young. If he were to have a kid, how crazy that would be because he's almost 80. How you could flip the generational gap there. So this says John Tyler, that guy, Tippy Canoe and Tyler too, President 10. He was born in 1790.
1790.
I want you to let this number
17
rattle around in your brain just for a second.
By the way,
1790.
My Lord Worthington painting that I have in the basement that you've seen.
Around that era?
1732.
Wow.
1732. We have no idea who he is.
That's when the painting.
That's when the painting was painted.
Commissioned.
So he was again. They looked older back then, but
1680?
I'm assuming he was born in the 1600s.
Yeah, 1650. He's an older man, right? He's a 60-year-old man.
He's a silver fox.
He's a silver fox, but he's in it 60-ish. Yeah. So that's at the edge of the lifespan for back then. Okay, so you let that rattle around.
John Tyler, 1790.
Born in 1790. He has a living grandson.
Living today.
Grandson. Just a regular grandson. Not a great, probably should be a great grandson. He has a living grandson. So follow it now. John had a son named Lion.
Lion.
Lyon.
Leon
Tyler. He had him when he was 63 years old.
All right.
Tyler had him in the year 1853. John Tyler had his son Lion in 1853.
Right, that's one generation
when he
removed.
was 63.
Okay.
And then Lion had a son named Harrison when he was 75 years old.
Let him live. He's like Billy Joel.
That is flipping the gap. And he had him in 1928. And Harrison is still kicking around.
He is?
Grandson. Harrison.
How old
grandson.
would Harrison be? I'm stupid
old.
now. 94. Right?
94. Did I just, what'd I say?
You said 1928.
28.
Would have been 96.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. 94.
Man,
96.
96!
Yeah. Sorry.
Stop saying 94, you idiot.
92.
Well, you know what I think we have to do? I mean, he's somewhere.
He is he was born in Virginia.
I think we got to collect a specimen if he's not up to the job anymore and impregnate somebody else. We got to keep this streak going.
It says he has 3 children. I want to know.
But I want him to father one now at the age of 96/94.
What if he has a 1-year-old? That would be amazing. You know?
My mother has not like this, but she has a lineage kind of like this, where my mom, who was born in 1951, her grandfather was born 100 years before her. 1851.
Grandfather was born 100 years.
1850. They had 100-year separation.
Yeah.
Because he had his last child, who turned out to be my grandfather, when he was in his 60s. And then my grandfather did not have my mom until he was in his 40s.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
not this
that
type
adds
of,
up.
Not this type of
You
gap,
could also
but
have you could get to that 100 in many different ways, right? You could have someone's 25, nice young normal age, and then I'm going to choose to have them when I'm 75 years old. And then boom, hit it right there. So that's crazy. Yeah, he went to the College of William and Mary, back when it was the College of William and Mary, Virginia Polytechnic Institute. And oh, you know what? As I'm reading that, I know from being from Virginia, that's actually Virginia Tech. So he has 2 degrees, one from William and Mary and one from the Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University, which is simply Virginia Tech.
I've been on the William and Mary campus.
It is quite lovely.
It is very nice.
Yeah. Virginia Tech is
Colonial Williamsburg.
Mm-hmm. That is in Williamsburg, Virginia. That's not far east from Richmond. So that's nice. And it says he's got 3 kids. His lovely wife, Frances Booknight, they were married in 1957. She died in 2019.
Oh.
They were married a long time. 3 kids, but I don't know, don't have much information.
You know what I just saw? I just saw a story today about the 2 oldest people ever getting married to each other. This just happened.
Oh, I didn't see this.
Is it in a nursing home? The dude was 102. She's 100.
I was going to say they're both triple digits, right?
It's the Guinness World Record.
Combined age for a marriage?
That's correct. Now, they were both... The crazy thing is, they went to school together. But then they were both married for 60 years.
Wow.
To other people. They wind up down the hall from each other at the nursing home and apparently, I don't know, struck up a friendship, which leads to feelings, which leads to... Teddy knows.
Don't play that. Don't. Okay. I thought you were going to play the buzzing.
No. Although maybe. Who am I to judge? Right, Teddy? That's right. Pop some of those up there.
Stop. It's just the cell phone.
They just got married.
Nice.
I wish them a long and happy... Well, they said they're not going to take a honeymoon because they can't leave the facility that they're in.
And
they can't
either... They're 203 years old.
They can't eat solid foods. But
or walk.
Yes,
or
they were both.
I know. Or anything. They can look at each other. That's what they got.
Stare.
They can stare.
Gaze.
Flossie Dickey. Happily ever after.
Flossie Dickey?
That's the...
What the hell?
She's the woman I think of when I think of someone in the retirement home that's over 100 years old.
Her name's Flossie Dickey?
Flossie Dickey. Oh, yes. R.A. Dickey's great-grandmother.
Jimmy Haslam says he has no answers for anything, but he'll try and figure it out. That's coming up in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
There's some stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 15-minute delay on westbound 670 between 33 and I-70. And we've got a 10-minute delay on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt from 161 to Cleveland Avenue. This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus location and save up to $30 on auto repair with their AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through December 31st. See store for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Roosters. For every $50 you spend in Roosters gift cards this holiday season, you'll receive a $10 Roosters bonus buck. Available at Roosters locations or at roosterswings.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. The holidays are here, and let's face it, it's easy to put on a few extra pounds between the parties, the food, and the stress. But this year, do something different and try semaglutide from Affinity Whole Health. Semaglutide is a game changer for weight loss. It'll help curb cravings and keep your energy up so you can tackle the holidays with ease. If you're thinking about TRT or already on it, they work together for amazing results. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Hey, Jackets fans, we know what's on your holiday wish list. Ask your Secret Santa for a Blue Jackets holiday gift pack. You'll score 2 tickets plus a Blue Jackets Honda shirt, all for just $99. Learn more at bluejackets.com/holiday.
Hey, it's Anthony, and the Happy Honda Days are powering through the holidays at Germain Honda of Dublin. Rich is delivering all of the new Honda toys, including the new Prologue, the first all-electric SUV from Honda at 0% APR up to 72 months. Also, he's throwing you 0.9% up to 60 months on most new Hondas. And he won't even require a payment on the new purchases for 90 days. Go get the Honda of your holiday dreams with my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road just south of 270.
Come out and celebrate the holiday season with Ohio State men's ice hockey this Friday, December 13th and Saturday, December 14th. Join the Buckeyes at the Schottenstein Center as they take on Notre Dame. Friday night, don't miss the annual Teddy Bear Toss and help those in need. Buy your tickets at ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
If Biggie Size was a radio show, this would be it. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Bone is out today. Timmy's here. Teddy's here. Now, if Bone were here, he'd be very excited about this news because he loves himself some Burger King. Burger King has announced they're bringing back the BK Melts, but only for a limited time. Also making a return is the BK Churro Fries.
Fries. Those
enjoy the BK.
They sound good. I just haven't been to a Burger King in a long, long time. I think I'm like you, though, where I'm about hitting the point where I need to go just to try everything out again.
I'm good. I go once every 5 years to confirm that I hate it. Last time I was there, confirmed.
Still bad?
And diarrhea.
I'm sorry about that.
Teddy, when was the last time you had some Burger King? I know you're always going out on your off days. You ever venture over to Burger King?
It's probably been 6 months or so.
What did you get the last time you were there?
Last time, I think I just wanted to try a Whopper because I hadn't had one like forever. So I'm like, I got to try it out.
It sit all right with you?
Yeah, it was okay. I like their chicken sandwiches there, though.
The original chicken?
Yeah, the original ones. Yeah, so I've had that, and Bone and I have talked about this. You put some barbecue sauce on there. It's pretty good.
Bone, I know, talks a lot about doing the trick where you would get the chicken sandwich and then you would douse that chicken sandwich, not just put barbecue sauce on it, but he talks about like keeping a bag with him, like a plastic bag.
He does that with the sweet and sour sauce, too.
So you put the chicken patty into the plastic bag.
And you shake it up.
Zip it up, ziplock it, and you shake that sucker up.
You want to get coverage.
Sauced, yeah.
I got no problem with that.
I would say you're saucing chicken wings in a way. I mean, you might not throw them in a bag, but you're saucing them in a big bowl, so to speak. Sounds pretty good. I'll have to try that.
Jimmy Haslam, Browns owner, was at the owners' meetings. He was asked at the owners' meeting, "Hey, are you confused as to why your team is 3-10?" He says, "We went from 11-6 and making the playoffs to 3-10. So it's a little perplexing what happened." Asked whether he has the right players in place with Stefanski and Barry, Haslam added, "I do. We do. We're very supportive." He says, "We need to get through the season and then we'll look at everything." Okay.
Oh boy. You're perplexed by the fact that you've been playing a horrible quarterback that you've signed to the worst contract in the history of sports, who is, I don't know, 98% never going to play another down for you with his injury issues.
98%.
Okay,
100%.
Okay, 100. I just want to say never, but I believe it's not going to happen. And he's bad, and he's always injured. So he shouldn't be
I know. The other side of that, though, is that you had, he didn't play last year for a big chunk of that season. You're relying on a backup quarterback, and yet you still were able to go 11-6 and make the playoffs.
You made the playoffs with Joe Flacco, but you waited so long, and you let this team hit the point of demise with Deshaun Watson. It just so happened that the team was about to hit the point of demise when he actually did get hurt and was out for the remainder of the season. So they shouldn't get the credit. I mean, they don't get the credit. Now, I don't know what they would be getting credit for anyway. They beat the Steelers, but it's not like they've had this incredible rebound since Deshaun Watson got hurt, like they were able to rally and do it last year. No, it just was too late for him this season.
3-10.
3-10.
But he says, don't worry, Stefanski, Barry, not the problem.
Not the problem.
So he'll figure out what the problem is. He'll fire that secretary, and then everything will be A-OK for next year.
Amazing.
You know who's available for you?
Flacco, my Cracko.
No. Here's what you should do.
Yeah, Jameis, what are you talking about?
No. Here's what you do. You can't release him. It's death for you. With the dead money, it's death. You look at Jameis Winston and you say, Jameis, next season you will be our third string quarterback. Okay? You're the emergency quarterback. We're going to pay you what we owe you. We expect you to be at practice every single day. You're our third string quarterback. So then you force him to make a decision.
Yeah.
Does his pride get in the way and say, hey, I'm still a young guy. I can play football. Let me out of this contract. And he gives up his own guaranteed money to go someplace else and try and chase some playing time. Or does he sit there for years, never playing a down of meaningful football again?
Collect the money.
And collect his money. I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
But the reality is you need to put up with it for at least 2 more years until you can cut him and then still have a ridiculous amount of dead money, but it's not going to be like it is next offseason.
What do you think there was anything behind him posting his Instagram story from just a gorgeous vacation site right when the Browns lost their most recent game? Like
I didn't realize he did that.
He did. What do you think about a move like that? I mean, he is with some beautiful woman. I don't know who it is,
I'm
but
sure he is.
They are having a lovely looking Italian meal, and he is taking the phone and pointing it right out there over just vast, beautiful waters, warm weather. And he is, he should, right? Obviously, if he's going to go on a vacation, it's going to be a lavish, nice vacation. He's got a $250 million contract. He's got to spend his cash on something. But it's just the point of that, I don't know if there was anything else behind it where your guys are in the middle of a grueling season, 3-10 season, playing in ridiculously cold weather, probably not having the best time with it, trying their hardest to find the silver linings in the season that they're having. And he's out there doing that. People think about it.
Bronny James, he was on the opening day roster for the Lakers. He was, of course, very, very worthy of that. Please note the dripping sarcasm.
Look at him now.
He's in the G League now, but he wasn't traveling because we can't have Bronny take commercial flights. We can't have that now.
We making him go now?
Well, he is going to be playing his first road game of the season tonight when the South Bay Lakers play at Valley Suns in Tempe, Arizona. Maybe it's because they take a bus. I don't know. Who knows?
Boy,
but anyway, I was
better
looking.
Be careful. I bet they're going to swarm him there.
I was looking and seeing what his stats have been. He's played in 3 G League games so far this season, averaging 8.7 points per game, 3 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 1 steal, 1 block for South Bay. His shooting percentage is 29.4.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Ted. You suck.
Wow. You want to know what his NBA stat line was before he got sent down? 0.6.
0.
0.6 points per game, 0.1 rebounds, 0.3 assists per game. But, he and Dad got to get on the court, got to play, got to do the thing.
Well, I saw that LeBron, again, my NBA knowledge is little to none. I saw that LeBron is now gone from Lakers practice with what they're calling an excused absence, but nobody really knows why.
It wouldn't be to go and watch a G League game. What sense would that make?
I would assume not. Maybe he's on vacation with Deshaun Watson.
I don't know.
That's who he was with.
Also, great vacations. LeBron James.
LeBron?
Yeah, I think he's having pretty good vacations.
Yeah, I'm guessing anybody who's got millions of dollars from playing in the NBA takes great vacations.
Mm-hmm. Now, you
think they're staying at Motel 6?
Well, I do wonder which rich people choose to have their own vacation spots, or do they like to just rent at the absolute nicest places in existence? I would think if it were me, I wouldn't want the hassle, or I would want the peace of mind to not have all these properties all over the world.
You got people to manage that stuff,
well, I know, but I also have so much money, I could just get a top-notch booking at some of the... If I have a good relationship with a certain hotel, you don't think they're going to make room for me if they know that I'm coming into town, even if it's not
of course they
on
will.
A lot of notice? Like, we've got a guy that really, treats us well, treats our staff well, spends lots of money, buys the most expensive hotel rooms we have. We want to make sure that that's available for him. He's coming. I wouldn't just try to roll in unannounced on the last day, but I think I would just rent the most expensive places in the world. Wouldn't want to own a spot. Too much work, too much to think about.
I don't know. Sometimes the hotels are too much to think about. Because then I think about, for example, we went to London once, and we go into the hotel, and you go into the elevator, which is this tiny-ass elevator. But they have
Can you imagine that?
They have an elevator operator in the elevator.
You got to talk to him or her?
Well, you can't just ignore the person.
I'm kidding.
No, it's not just that.
Joking.
But it's just another person you have to tip. It's constantly reaching in your pocket and tipping. You go up to grab some. Oh, I forgot something in the room. I got to go upstairs for a second.
No.
Honey. You go in the elevator. You got to tip.
They're there.
You come back down. You got to tip.
They're there.
When you have your own place, you're not tipping.
You could do like with Schneider in Home Alone 2 and just give gum. If you've tipped enough in a day, then you can just give sticks of gum. On the second, third, and fourth instances.
All right,
and then the next day, you can go back to money.
Back page up next. Tyvis will pop in as well. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should watch out for an accident that's blocking the center lane on westbound 670 at Grandview Avenue. It's causing a 10-minute delay in stop-and-go traffic from 315. We also have a 10-minute delay on northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt from Morse Road to 161. This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Hey, Central Ohio, it's Christmas. The decorations are up, the trees are glowing, and the presents are on their way. Even in today's fast-paced world of tech, busyness, and various ideologies, most of the Christmas themes still point to the message and hope of Jesus Christ. I think author Max Lucado said it best. The gift of a Savior born in a humble manger to rescue us from our sins. The world had waited for this moment for centuries, and when it came, it was everything we needed. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. God had not left us in our troubles. He had come to us in the form of a child, bringing joy to the hearts of all who would receive him. This child, Jesus, came not to condemn, but to save. His birth was the dawning of hope, the promise of forgiveness, and the assurance of peace. This is why we celebrate, not just the birth of a child, but the birth of salvation. In this crazy season, remember the true gift this Christmas. Remember Jesus Christ. From the Lindsay Automotive family, Merry Christmas.
If your garage door is as rickety as your great Aunt Susan playing pickleball, we've got you. We are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Bob and Teresa Capace here at Worthington Jewelers. Thinking of proposing this holiday season? Find the perfect ring to capture your love.
Family owned for 25 years with over 1,500 styles and a relaxed, no-pressure atmosphere.
Worthington Jewelers, where Columbus gets engaged.
You know that project you've been working on? Just chipping away at it, dreaming of the day you get to show it off? Then, when you're least expecting it, cancer. And finishing that project actually happens. I would know. I've been restoring this car for years, and today I'm giving it to my granddaughter. It's her 16th birthday and 2 years since my cancer diagnosis.
Mom, you finished it?
Happy birthday, boo-boo. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Is your business generating over $1 million a year in revenue? If your financial advisory team isn't keeping pace, maybe it's time for a change. Here's Brad Hennebert with Premier Advisors.
Thanks, Bobby. Our team integrates financial planning and asset management with business accounting and tax preparation. Business owners have planning needs that are unique. We work with you to design a seamless financial services bundle tailored to your business with monthly or quarterly advisory consultations to help guide you along the way. We don't just keep score of what happened last year. Our team combines expert financial planning and wealth management with top-tier tax services, helping businesses like yours build wealth for you. Call us today at 614-524-4888. That's 614-524-4888.
Brad Hennebert is a registered representative offering securities through United Planners Financial Services. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through TCP Asset Management LLC. Tax services offered through Premier Tax CPAs. United Planners is not affiliated with TCP Asset Management, Premier Advisors, or Premier Tax CPAs.
Rise and shine, jabronis.
What a show this morning.
There's only one place where Buckeye legends lay the smackdown. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
Give me a juice box.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, Jackets fans, we know what's on your holiday wish list. Ask your Secret Santa for a Blue Jackets holiday gift pack. You'll score 2 tickets plus a Blue Jackets helmet shirt, all for just $99. Learn more at bluejackets.com/holiday.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Come try Skyline Chili's new Mac and Cheese 3-Way. Made with creamy cavatappi pasta in a 3-cheese blend. Topped with Skyline Chili and their shredded Wisconsin cheddar. The new Mac and Cheese 3-Way. At participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Buckeyes Show coming up at the top of the hour. The host of the Buckeyes Show, your friend and mine, doing double duty today, Timmy Hall. And, shut up, and Tyvis Powell.
Oh, you guys.
Tyvis has a bottle of lube in his hand.
Yep.
Take that home.
He doesn't need it.
I don't need it. This is,
First of all, who says it's for you?
It's not.
Well, that's what I mean.
Listen,
you're not home all the time.
The loop.
Perhaps when you're gone,
nah,
Mrs. Powell needs some assistance.
Nah, I think usually she's a little too tired for that.
After you're finished,
a little too tired. I don't foresee another.
That's what you think.
Thing, you know.
That's what you think.
You know,
times change.
Listen, I went and hollered at my people at Tri-State Men Health. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, try to make sure that stays that way, huh?
Full salute.
Hey, let's say she's the lieutenant, and I am proud to salute.
Jack and Dick.
Thank you.
Way to go, Tyvis.
Tyvis, I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while.
You see me. You just see me Tuesday.
No, I know, but you don't talk to me. Like I saw you in passing. We don't really talk.
Didn't have a real conversation.
By the way, my Christmas card for you in the mail.
It's coming?
I dropped yours off too, Timmy.
Oh, man.
Oh, well. We all look forward to that.
Usually I don't check the mail. After I get my Browns check, I stop checking the mail. But just because you told me that, I'm going to go check my mail.
You better check it. This is the first year you're on the list.
You don't get that direct deposit?
Browns money? That's a touchy subject. No, they will not direct deposit my check, and it really bothers me.
Is that one of Mr. Haslam's things that he's just still not looking into?
I think it's a financial thing where it's like they don't want to pay that extra money to do that.
Extra money?
Extra money?
It's like extra money to direct deposit. So like all the people for the radio network.
Like 10 cents?
We get physical checks.
I got to tell you, though.
It seems like it'd be more.
I know.
For the printing.
I do miss the physical check.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. We used to get them every 2 weeks. Now I don't see a check anymore. Just something about having that in your hand.
Mm-mm.
You liked kind of snapping it off there.
Wait for it to clear and all those things.
No, but even when we did direct deposit, they would still give us a physical statement every 2 weeks.
See, they did that in the NFL, and I used to be like, stop giving me this. I don't want this.
But I like to see it, though, just to make sure it's all right and they're not screwing me.
Well, I tell you what, I wish I had my phone on me. It's in there with Teddy. I'd show you mine's physical copy. It shows you all the taxes that come out.
Uh-huh.
I show you my San Fran one. You'll see half of my check go to taxes.
I believe it.
It really infuriates you. So you really don't want to see it. Just see the money in the account. Don't ask no questions. Just, all right, that's what I got.
I had something to say to you. This is what happens when you get older, Tyvis.
Oh, I'm doing that now, and I'm 30. That's why when I talk to my wife, she got to be quiet and let me just talk so I can say it. Because if I don't say it now, I'll forget.
You ever have my thing lately? At the end of the day, when we're onto our couch time or we're watching a show or something, and we're
couch time.
Yeah, couch time.
Okay.
You don't call it couch time?
No.
I just like that term. That's sweet. I like that.
Yeah, we're
cuddling.
Yes,
we're good.
We're hanging out.
That's
Jack
good.
went to bed. We spend 45 to an hour ourselves. Then she goes to bed.
That's crazy.
I sometimes stay up an hour later.
Me and my wife
things happen
for the first time in years, 2 nights ago.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you gotta cuddle.
No. See, the problem is I get hot at night. So if she's next to me, I'll start sweating.
Oh, don't cuddle in the bed.
She got to get away.
Cuddle on the couch.
Oh no.
Because me and my wife sleep in separate bedrooms now. It's fantastic.
Well, that's why I like to keep it.
That too.
Yeah, fantastic.
I like to keep it cool. Our hanging out. No, it's fantastic, Tyvis. We've been on this for years.
It's
whatever you want it
it's
to
a marriage saver,
so
buddy.
As you know, for the Big Ten, every week I would go somewhere and sleep in a hotel somewhere.
Yeah, you're missing her every Friday.
Those are the roughest nights for me. It's something about her presence next to me that helps me sleep.
But you're in a hotel when you know she's right down the hall.
Nah,
you're all right.
I don't think that's going to be the case.
Yeah,
I tell you what,
fine.
I might try it.
You'll get used to it, and then you're not going back.
We're not here to put it on everybody, though. That doesn't have to be the thing for Tyvis. It could be the thing for you and me. And I think Jen and non-sports Matt do this.
That's correct.
They are doing this. And there's some other people around the office, too, but this is still a very mixed bag. But I didn't finish. So what I was saying is my thing lately. You talked about tailing off and losing your absolute train of thought. I will actually shut down my speech. I will not even be able to finish actual coherent words.
You have a stroke.
I do.
That's called a stroke, Timmy.
No, it's not a stroke. I just don't care. I'm so tired. I'll be watching we're watching There's Something About Mary, an old rerun, Brett Favre, and I'll be like, that was his backpackers. I just won't even. I'll just completely sputter out.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't matter. We're tired. It's 10 o'clock. We've both worked and lived all day since 6 a.m.
I don't think
it just doesn't matter that much that Brett Favre is trying to get with Cameron Diaz and There's Something About Mary. No one cares.
I hope I don't really get to the point.
You will.
You're going to get there, buddy.
You will.
Do y'all ever feel like when you get home, you all talked out?
Yes, that's what I'm talking
Are you all talked
about.
out, Common Man, when you get home?
you know this, and I don't want to, show you too much behind the curtain, but I'm sort of a quiet guy when I'm off the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
When I go home, I don't say much. I grunt, I fart. That's pretty much it.
We can get you going, though.
Depends on the subject.
It just depends on the conversation.
Yeah.
You have to work. You have to work at it. You've really got to get on to something that's funny or witty or some good banter.
I'm not actually all talked out when I get home.
What a shocker. And you're probably the most annoying person in the world because she's at home all day with 2 little kids and you walk in like, and she just wants some peace and damn quiet. All right, what's coming up on the Buckeye Show?
She's saying, Jesus.
This guy again.
Take the girls for just...
Tri-State Men's Health today. Get ready.
Coming up, we are going to talk about Ross. I'm telling you, I have seen our interview, the Morning Juice interview, Bobby and Tito with Ross Bjork today. I am seeing comments from this and mainly the ones about Ryan Day all over the far corners of the internet. Associated Press, ESPN.com.
Because they're stupid.
Local sites, all of it is over there. So we will give our thoughts. Again, mine had him earlier today. Tyvis for the first time here since Ryan gave another vote of confidence for Ryan Day going forward past 2024.
I'm going to pull a Timmy here. Yeah, he's just,
The Back Page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Man. Well, it's just, it's got the back pain.
Hey, President Biden's here. How you doing, Prez?
Oh, hey.
Y'all hilarious.
Oh, it was Tyvis Tri-State Men's Health. Please, wife happy.
Lions Den.
Yes. Wonderful. It's great for you. It's great for you. Great for all of us. It's wonderful. It's wonderful news. Hey, by the way.
No, I don't want this lube. You take it.
I'm good.
One more thing. BuzzFeed has sold Hot Ones. The Hot Ones
I didn't
studio.
know I didn't know they owned it.
You're familiar with that. I mean, right? You've seen many clips.
Yes.
Some good stuff there. Care to take a guess of what something like that is going to sell for, what that's going to fetch?
$9 trillion.
Wow.
No, that's a little too much.
I would say...
Give it a good guess.
$5 million.
No, $82.5 million. They're selling it to Sean Evans, Crooked Media, and
he's
some
the
other
one who
investors.
hosted the show.
Yes. So he did not own that. So it is up for sale. It had this price tag. They wanted to buy it from BuzzFeed for an all-cash deal from the production company. So the host and one of the other founders, the company's founder, Chris Schoenberger, as well as that Crooked Media company, whatever I said, they're the main parts of the deal, taking it over.
Thank you for filling in today, Timmy.
Thanks for having me. Have a fun time with Bone.
Tomorrow, me and Bone live at Hollywood Casino, 3 to 6. Please do join us. The first 50 people there get a Common Man and T-Bone Christmas T-shirt. And Tyvis, I'll save one for you. Actually, that's a lie. I will not.
I thought I was special.
See you tomorrow. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at a 20-minute slowdown due to an accident on the left shoulder of eastbound 270 on the north outer belt from Cleveland Avenue to Westerville. It is slow from 315. And watch out for an accident that's blocking the right lane on eastbound 670 after Neal Avenue. This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage has amazing deals on the holidays' most fun gifts, all for under $15. Get low prices every day on unique finds before they're gone. In-store only at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at macy'sbackstage.com. Off-price, on-trend, arriving daily. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This is a Fan Action Update.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use the promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100. Ohio State is now plus 475 to win the national championship. The Buckeyes are minus 280 to beat Tennessee on the money line in round one, plus 175 to reach the semifinals, and 3-1 to make it to the national championship game. For your Prime Sports Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Year-end pricing. New Kias under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
$5? You see, Max, the holidays drive everyone crazy. Especially Great Lakes Kia.
Hi, mister.
Ah!
Did you hear? Year-end pricing.
Thanks, kid, but my credit's in the doghouse. No offense, Max.
If you've got a job, you ride.
A job, eh? Go on.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All three under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
New 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with third row seating. All three under $5 a day. Save thousands.
Thousands?
And we have 0% financing.
I'm tingly. I can't take it.
You're happy.
New Kias under $5 a day.
During the season of New Tradition sales event.
Great cars.
Great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is real simple and effective. It's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And betting reduced juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JUSTSPORTS. Get a welcome bonus up to $100 and be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Bobby Carpenter was determined to get relief for his dad, Rob. Years of college and pro football had taken a toll on Rob's joints. Bobby trusted his dad's care to QC Kinetics and their game-changing regenerative pain treatments.
It's been great to watch him improve. This stuff wasn't available 20 years ago, and how we've been able to kind of hone in and be able to fix the body in a more natural way as opposed to just cutting on it all the time. It's pretty terrific.
QC Kinetics. They take your body's own healing properties, concentrate them, and apply to areas in pain like knees, shoulders, hips, and back. And the results?
He's like, well, it doesn't hurt to go down the stairs anymore. I'm like, well, that's a positive.
Relief without any joint replacements, harmful steroids, or medications. The natural way at QC Kinetics. Don't wait. Call to see if you're a good candidate. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. Again, 380-208-4544. Get rid of your joint pain with QC Kinetics.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.